Hello and welcome to the first ever Doug Laurie Sports Singles Night here on our YouTube channel, Doug Laurie Sports. This is the first time we've taken a crack at this. We've got more than 50 cards to sell, auction off tonight. We've got a case break of President's Choice Solitaire a little later on this evening, and we are very much looking forward to chatting with folks in the chat room and seeing what you've been doing during this different time for collectors, where the expo was just canceled this past weekend, and so we're all just kind of making do and finding different ways to find cards, and this is one way for us to give you a shot to buy them. A couple of quick programming notes here. First off, we want to say hello to everybody that's in the chat room there. If you're watching on YouTube, and just you can make mention here, something in the chat room, we'll be watching for messages there, and we'll talk about the auction process in a little bit. We'll also say that before we forget about it, I've got it over here off to my side, but we are going to be drawing tonight for an Aaron Ekblad autographed Heroes and Prospects card from In the Game, 1213. You can get registered for that by going to DougLaurieSports.com, and if you register there and then you're registered for the chat room also, we'll have your email address, and you might be the winner of an Aaron Ekblad card tonight. If you are not from the Barrie area, you might not know that Aaron played for the Barrie Colts here. It's a super nice kid. His folks are really nice. We've done some framing for them, and you can have a chance to win that card tonight. DJ Ron Shaw is on the spinning the wax tonight for us. He is technical director, producer, regular director, jack of all trades. So just bear in mind right now we are dealing with a little bit of lag in the video. If there's any issues with audio or anything like that, or camera switching, whatever's going on, just give us a break. This is our first crack at it tonight also, and we'll try to fix things as quickly as we can. Excuse me. Also, you'll probably see me whip the glasses on and off in here tonight. That's because over here to the right is the YouTube channel for me, where I can see the chat going on. Then directly in front of me is you there for the camera. Then off to the left of that is the monitor, where I can see what's coming up. And then over to the left of that is Ron, and he'll be gesticulating wildly at me, I'm sure at some points, probably if I drop a dirty word or something like that, and I'll get the don't do that, right? But you'll see me tip the glasses on and off, so just bear with me on that also. Later on in the evening, we'll be running a video in between when we finish with the cards and we go to the President's Choice Solitaire case break, about a 5-minute video, which will show you how to get to our store for our curbside pickup service. You can also find more information on the website about that on DougLaurieSports.com. Also, while you're at DougLaurieSports.com, at the top of the page, there in the headers there, and Ron was nice enough to bring that up, to the right of Shop Now is the video showcase. That's where all 51 cards from this evening are listed right now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But those cards will go from left to right, and we'll go from one page to the next, and we will put them up with the starting bid, which is not going to be the price that's on the video showcase page right now. That'll be a surprise when you get a chance to look at it when we put it up. And while we're going to talk about that, let's just do a quick rundown of the auction process here. So what's going to happen is we will put up the first card, and let's say that the card is listed for $50 US on the website. The way it will work is I've done research on eBay to see what the cards are going for kind of in real-time pricing. So let's say that card sells for $30 US on eBay right now. That card will probably start for $30 Canadian then on the website, or sorry, on the auction. We'll have a starting bid listed. You can make an opening bid at that, and then we will go through giving people a chance if they want to outbid you on that. But the process is going to be pretty simple, and we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get into the first card. Beyond that, all I can say is hopefully you have fun tonight. There are no preconceptions here of how much we're going to sell if we don't sell any cards tonight. This is more about having a chance to talk with our friends in the collecting world. And if we give you a chance to get a good deal on something, that's terrific. If you don't buy anything and you just watch and you hang around for a chance to win the Aaron Ekblad card or to see the solitaire case break tonight, that's terrific too. If you have any questions at all as we're going along, just jump into the chat room over here. I can see your messages here to us, and this is where I'll be looking to see about the bids and who's interested in buying the cards. And as you can see down here, I'll be helped by my lovely assistant, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who is a relatively accurate representation of my body type. That's why I keep him up there. Let's move on to the first card. And the first card this evening is a 2014-15 Upper Deck Trilogy Triptychs Jersey card. This card is numbered 374 out of 400. It was listed on the website at $20, which is about 28 Canadian. And to start the bidding on this card, where the opening is $12. Now the way this will work is the increment is $1 for this particular card. We'll let it run for about 30 seconds, and if somebody is interested in the card, they can bid the $12. We'll wait for a few seconds, and if nobody's interested in going over the top of them, then you can claim the card, and we'll make that card will be yours. We'll do an invoice process at the end of the night. Be advised that taxes are included in the prices of the cards wherever you're at. We'll cover that. And shipping is generally going to be about $3 inside of Canada or the US, with 50 cents for every extra card. If we get over a certain point and we have to take insurance and tracking and all that, then we'll work from there. So let's have a look at the first card here. We'll see if we have any bids in the chat room over here. And we'll see also who is around in the chat room. Interesting. Yeah. So I've just unfortunately kind of lost the list of people that were in the chat room here. But yeah, while you're sitting here and thinking about the card, drop us a line here and tell us where you're from, where you heard about us, whether you've been in the store before or not, any particular favorite players, things along those lines, things we can do later on that you might be interested in. Us putting on the in the video showcase area for the next broadcast, which hopefully we'll do. This isn't going to be a scheduled thing. I would like to do maybe once a month, even when the lockout is lifted, or the lockout, not the lockout, the lockdown. Still thinking hockey there. But I would like to do it once a month, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be an issue where we're even doing single sales. Maybe we're just talking or whatever else, right? So. No activity on the Crosby card yet. Now you can always double back too, for if you happen to have missed this or whatever, and you're watching the broadcast. You're always welcome to contact us tomorrow or watch it tomorrow again and say, you know what, I wish I would have gotten that card. Shane Pinnell, who is a local customer here, has a good question. If you would like to pick up the cards locally, that's perfectly fine. We're obviously not going to charge you any shipping then. You can pay. What we'll do is we'll do an invoice, and then you can pay with a credit card when you come in, or we can do you a PayPal invoice or whatever. But yes, you absolutely can pick up the cards here on site. And Eric, Big E Gamer in the chat room has opened it up for $12. So thank you for our very first bid tonight. That is Eric Good, who is also a local customer here, breaks boxes with us, and he has a favorite player that we have something for that favorite player later on this evening, but he is at 12. So we'll wait for a few seconds and see where we're at. Now we're waiting like anybody else who wants to jump in there. You're certainly welcome to. And I think we have more people jumping into the I can see that the numbers are going up on the YouTube, so maybe we'll wait for just a bit here. Oh, I know. Ron just said off camera, we have to give Eric a good deal, so we won't wait too long. Steve is in here now. Hi, Steve. How are you? You're seeing that I'm looking over here at the monitor again, and I think the lag time right now is about 10 seconds is what I guess. So it may be a little odd. This is my first time in a long time looking at a monitor and a screen at the same time, and I'll take a second. And Steve is another local fella here. So we're still on the first card of the night, which is the 14-15 Triptychs Trilogy Jersey card, which again has a book value, and I think this card is actually undervalued to start with. I believe the book value, when I checked, was only $20 US. And the sales value was somewhere around 15 to 16 US, which means you're looking at about 22 Canadian, somewhere in that ballpark. So I still think it's undervalued, especially with a serial numbered card. So we'll wait a few more seconds, and then we'll see if Eric's bid holds up at 12 bucks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. So our first card goes to Eric for $12 Canadian. We'll set that aside. It's kind of neat to have sold the first one out of the chute, so thank you, Eric. It's greatly appreciated. Now you'll see as Ron is going back and switching out things in the computer there, that the Doug Laurie singles night will, I'm putting the wrong way, will come up right there in front of the Austin Matthews jersey. And when Ron is ready to move on to the next card, he'll fire up the graphic on the next card and we'll go from there. Ron says, I'm not ready yet. So stretch. This is the universal sign, if you've not ever done any television work, to stretch out the thing there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pick the card up anyway and set it over here. So the next card up is going to be a Michael Granlund 2015-16 OPG Hockey Signatures card. These cards are actually relatively difficult to find. They were pretty tough pulls, I believe, in there. Now you have a look at the card. Pretty tough pulls out of the OPG product that year. I don't know if they were, I don't want to say something out of turn how difficult they were. This card's book value is $15 US, and we are going to start it at $5 Canadian. So if you know a Michael Granlund fan that you can use this card for trade bait, or if you happen to need a Michael Granlund card for your collection, I don't know anybody specifically that comes in for Michael Granlund. This happened to be one of the first cards that I grabbed to put up when we did when I started putting together the video showcase section. But who knows? It's a good deal, and it is still undervalued in terms of what it would sell for at current eBay pricing. I'm going to take a look over here at the chat room again real quick. Got more people kind of filtering in here. Michael Granlund and this card of the Minnesota Wild, who I'm a big fan of this particular type of jersey. I like the Minnesota Wild uniforms quite a bit. You can see behind me there over I'm very bad at doing this, over this shoulder. I'll kind of lean out of the way here. There is a Gordie Howe autographed jersey back there, along with, and that's actually a hand-painted jersey. It was supposed to be used as a project, a giveaway, kind of a contest thing, and they ended up not being used. And that's hand-painted by sports artist Mike James. Really cool. And the Gretzky jersey, which is kind of hidden behind the thing here, that's actually autographed and has a full-page letter from JSA. If you'd like to see those, when we get to the break, I can show you a little more closely if you're interested in those cards. Chris Blanchard is in the house here. Chris, who is one of the dealers that sets up at our shows here in the Kozloff Center in the mall that we do, well, we were doing once a month. And we don't have any information necessarily yet about when that's going to happen. I would expect maybe not towards the end of the summer that we might be able to do that. Eric has asked, is this a sticker auto? And I believe it is. Most of the O-Pee-Chee stuff is. Yeah, it is. That is a sticker auto, Eric. I will add that here, though. So I'm not particularly shocked that we're not getting a lot of action on a Michael Granlund O-Pee-Chee Signatures card. But like I said, this just happened to be sitting on my desk when I put this together. Now remember, you can come back, or if you'd like, you can make me an offer on the card too. I probably won't go much lower than $5, so that's a pretty good deal for that card. We'll set that one aside for now. And we'll get ready to move on to the next card. Pardon me. The next card here is, let me take Aaron Ekblad out of the way there, is a Tundra Teammates Duos numbered 92 of 199. And that card features Jack Eichel and Ryan O'Reilly of the Buffalo Sabres. That is from Artifacts from 2018-19. You'll get a look at the card here in just a second. Jack Eichel was really, really hot before they closed down before the league shut down, which is unfortunate. And there's a look at the card there. And you can see, I believe that this card was, Ron, do you have it on the website there?
Yeah, and it's ready to go, $22 Canadian.
Okay, so it was $22 Canadian, and this one, the opening bid will be $5. So again, that's a dual Tundra Teammates, Jack Eichel and Ryan O'Reilly, numbered 92 of 199, and the opening bid is $5 Canadian. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is kind of freaking me out down there. I keep seeing him on the monitor over here, but I don't ever get to get a close look at him while he's sitting in front, guarding the front of the desk there for me. We have quite a few Buffalo Sabres fans that come through. Oh, we have a couple of bids. Shane went in at $5 first, so he beat you out, Chris. So Shane's got the Eichel and the Ryan O'Reilly at $5. The increment on this is $1. So if Chris, you want to go 6, you're welcome to. We'll sit and wait for just a second here on that.
Tell Chris to keep his powder dry.
I'm actually going to add that in here too. Ron just said that he should keep his powder dry. Chris should keep his powder dry for some of the big cards that are coming up later on. If you haven't been to one of our shows here, Chris brings quite a variety of things when he sets up. He also deals in toys. He deals in just about anything you can think of, actually, and he's extremely knowledgeable. So he's a great guy to get a hold of. He's here in the Barrie area also. Really, really terrific. We'll wait a few more seconds here. Right now, Shane is winning that card at $5. The increment is $1 to go up to 6 if you want to overbid Shane. We'll give it 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shane wins that card for $5. Thanks, Shane. We'll put it in the stack over here, and we'll add it to your pile. We'll start a pile for you. Hopefully, it'll be a big one by the end of the night. Now, I'm going to ask a technical question here of my producer. Okay, well, we'll ask him that question in a minute. The next card coming up is another Tundra Teammates tandem. Tundra Teammates tandem, that actually is true, too. I think they used to be called Tundra Tandems, now that I think about it, a while ago. And this is Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot of the Ottawa Senators. And this is T2-OTT for Ottawa. This is from the 1920 Artifacts product. And this is numbered 161 of 199. That's nice. Shane says, thanks for the card, and Eric says that's a good deal on that one, and I agree, it's a pretty good one, pretty good deal. That's kind of an odd, that card got cut off a bit on the scan there. I must have did that.
No, hang on, it might be me.
Ron says it could be him, but I'm not going to blame him for it.
Oh, it's just too big for the window.
Okay, too big for the window, but you get the idea. And here, I'll hold it up for you there.
I can scroll it up and down, look.
Yeah,
There's the top.
there you go. There's the top and there's the bottom. That is not Ron's fault, folks. That is my fault. But that's okay. So, that card
$17.
is a $17 Canadian card. And that one we will start at, how about $4 Canadian? Doesn't get much cheaper than that. Chris says blame Upper Deck in the chat window. I would never do that, Chris. You know that. Would never blame Upper Deck. That was my own fault. So $4 to start on that card with two of the hot young players for the Ottawa Senators. It feels weird. It probably is weird to say hot players for the Ottawa Senators because nobody's been playing for 2 months. But two of their best young players. And this is another card that probably locally you could flip in a trade. Shane says 4 and Steve says 5. So we have our first overbid of the night. So Steve is now ahead at 5 and now Shane goes to 6. You know what's kind of funny? It seems like Steve goes to 7. So Steve is at 7 now. It seems like maybe the chat room, they're hearing, it's very strange. It seems like it's lagging behind the video, but the reaction of the people bidding seems to be much faster than, I don't know, maybe it's a time warp thing or something. I'm time warped. Let's do the time warp again. Shane is now at $8 on the Thomas Chabot. Am I pronouncing that correctly, by the way? I'm usually pretty good with hockey names, but that sounds a little, I don't know. Thomas Chabot. Am I overdoing that? Should I be rolling an R somewhere? Thomas Chabot. Brady Tkachuk's a pretty easy one to say, though. I like that one. So Shane is at $8 now, and Shane says the chat is lagging around 10 seconds behind. Now that's about the same as the video then. So Steve goes to $9 now. So we're now at $9, and Steve is leading on that. Still a bit under, I think, what the card sells for on eBay. And then you don't have to pay the shipping either. Ha, ha, ha. So there you go. Shane goes to 10. Wow.
And the taxes included?
Yes, and taxes included, too, as Ron was just so kindly pointed out. I hope that doesn't... I don't know how the CRA feels about that. The CRA, you know what?
As long as it's disclosed.
Yes, I'm disclosing right here. CRA, I am disclosing here. All the money will be going through credit card machines or all that good stuff, and the taxes will be backed right out of it because I don't want to get in trouble.
HST.
That's right. Her Majesty's Secret Service? No, that's HMS, sorry. I was close.
What's the formula for backing it out? It's 13/113ths of the price.
Sure.
It is.
Okay. Steve gives up. Steve says you win. So we'll give it 5 more seconds here, and then we'll call it and we'll move on to the next card. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Shane wins that one at $10. Thank you very much, Shane. Shane likes artifacts. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn by telling you that. But Shane likes artifacts. Shane and his young lad have pulled some amazing cards from the store here. And not just here either. Not too long ago, they had a really nice pull from that I think came from Red Nails. Or maybe Untouchables, I can't remember. But I don't like to give away what people have pulled unless they want to talk about it. And Shane, if he wants to share that in the chat room, he's certainly welcome to. Yeah, he's hit some amazing stuff. We've had some great pulls here. Chris Blanchard has had some amazing pulls here in the store too. There's nothing that makes me happier. People ask me why I don't open wax myself. It's mainly because I don't really want to be that guy. You know, when somebody pulls a really big card, I'm just as well, I'm probably not as excited as they are, but pretty close. But I hate opening a box and then, oh, look at the neat card I got, and then my customer is like, man, if I would have bought that box, I'd have got that card. I got lots of cards, folks. Lots and lots and lots of cards. Ask me about the cards I have in the back, right? I would much rather see you pull those cards than for me to pull them, right? So let's move on to the next one. This is our first big hitter of the night. And this is, I'm going to pull this up on the video showcase to help myself here. That is that's a 12-13 in the game Motown Madness Games to Remember 6-piece jersey card from Iserman's 500th goal, January 17th, 1996, I think that says. This is the red version, GTR1. There are only 19 of these cards. This has 3 two-color pieces for Patrick Waugh, Joe Sakic, and Peter Forsberg. And then it also, for the Red Wings, has Yzerman, Lapointe, and Sergei Fedorov. This card books at $120 US. So that's around $175 Canadian, something like that right now, $170, $175. The starting bid on this card, $50. Yes. Now, if you put this card up, is it going to sell for $120 US? I highly doubt that. But I can guarantee you that this card is sold for a good piece more than $50 Canadian in the not too distant past. And it's a beautiful card too. You can see those the 3 two-color pieces. If you have an Avalanche fan here, that's a pretty awesome card. See who else is here. Aaron McLean is in the room now, along with Sarah Sturgis is here, and hat tricks and home runs. I'm not sure who that is.
They didn't register yet.
Yes, well, we should probably point out again, if I have not, if I can't see who you are in the room, it means you haven't registered. And the registration is at Doug Laurie Sports. And if you go in and register on the website, then I will know who you are. Ron will tell me, and you're registered for the Aaron Ekblad card we're going to draw for this evening after the solitaire break. Oh, it's Amit. Hello, Amit. So Amit's just a great guy. I know Amit from the Expo. And he is one of the best dealers at the Expo. He's just a great guy. Amazing selection of cards. Fantastic guy to deal with. I don't know what else I can say about that. He's just a good dude, right? So now we know who you are. There he is. Shane wants to know, the picture is a bit cut off. The year and brand, it's a 2012-13 in the game. And it came out of Motown Madness. So if you never saw Motown Madness is a all Detroit Red Wings product. It was pretty awesome. It was really neat stuff. In the game did that. They did the Broad Street Bullies set. I don't remember if they did anything other than that for those 2 teams, but then they did the Blue Blanket Rouge, which was all Canadians cards, and the Maple Leafs Forever a couple of years ago, which I wrote the base card set for. I wrote the text card on the back of the cards. I'm inordinately proud of that. Okay. Guy Corshane is in the house. Guy, if you, I don't think I have you registered on my list. Guy, if you want to go and log in at and register on the website at the website, and log in there, then you can be registered to win the Aaron Ekblad card we're going to give away later on. And Terry Fortune is in also. So really quickly, hi you Guy and Terry. And hi to Amit, now that I know that that is Amit. So once again, that is a 12-13 in the game Motown Madness Games to Remember 6-cut jersey card They are 19 copies. This one is, they are not, in the game a lot of times didn't number each card, but it's limited to 19 copies, so it's one of 19. And that is a $50 card. We'll give it a few more seconds and see if anybody wants to bite on that one. And again, if you see something and then you want to look it up later on and come back and tell me I'd like that card for the opening bid of $50, then we'll get it to you after the fact. Josh Michael's in the room. How are you, Josh? Whoops. Just making sure everybody can see that. So we'll give it another few seconds and then we'll move on to the next card. I don't want to belabor these cards too much or we'll be here all night too. So Eric says best offer, but some of these cards, if I don't get the minimum bid for them, I'll keep them and they'll stay in my eBay store or I'll list them there eventually. A lot of these things haven't ever been, I haven't listed them either, right? So somebody can make an offer on that, but I think 50 is probably as low as I'm going to go on that card. So we'll move on to the next card here. And that card is, this is another pretty good size, a pretty good, pretty big card. Oh, somebody just jumped in here at the end and says that they'll take that card for $50. So welcome Pity Fools, although I don't know who Pity Fools is.
Yeah, you got to give time on the big cards. I guess they got to research them.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what was going on there. So Pity Fools, I don't have you on my list of registered folks yet, but if you want to drop who you are here in the chat room, or if you want to go to the website and register there, then you're in for the drawing for the Aaron Ekblad card at the end of the night. And that way I know what your email address is and all that good stuff. So, Pity Fools, $50.
Just click the signings and shows if they want to get the registration link.
Oh, okay. If you, oh, it says he's registered. Oh, maybe you've gone in already and we just didn't know that you're,
Maybe
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll check that in a little bit here.
That's great.
And Justin McDonald is also in the room now too. So we might take a couple minute break here in a bit and just update our list and all that kind of stuff. But we'll move on to the next card. And the next card is a 1920 SP Game used Ryan, and I don't know if it's Poling or Paling, draft swag numbered 16 of 17. This is a triple jersey piece. It's DSRP in your set listings. He was the first round pick in 2017, 25th overall. This guy got off to an incredibly fast start and then just sort of, I think they sent him back down for more seasoning, but he just got off. And this card books at $100 US, so about 140 Canadian. That card is going to start again at, let's call it $50 Canadian. Seems reasonable. Somebody can go in and correct me. I think I've forgotten my research on that one, but I think that's pretty cheap. If you've registered, it's we may just not have seen it on the update yet. So we'll check for new registrations. We'll maybe take a break at 8 o'clock for a couple of minutes and do that. So if you have interest in this card, if you want to take a quick look. Again, this card is numbered 16 to 17, and this set has been very popular on eBay. I know that there were a number of these players that were not of quite the stature of Paling that were selling for $75 to $100 pretty quickly. So, and Shane says $50. He'll open it at $50. I think that's a pretty good deal. The increment to go on this card to raise is $5. So if you want to outbid Shane, then the card you'll have to go to $55. I don't watch the Montreal Canadiens all as frequently as I do Toronto and my hometown where I'm from, the St. Louis Blues. But this kid had a really hot start. Eric says, nice card. It is a nice card. It's a good looking card too. It's pretty sharp. It's one of the ones that when I picked it up and I thought I'm going to put that in the auction and do something with it tonight, I thought I'm going to give somebody a pretty good deal on this card, and so Shane is getting a pretty good deal on this card. So we'll give it another, let's say, 10 seconds and see if anybody wants to go over the $50 bid. You'd have to go to 55, and then we'll move on to the next card. And like I said, I don't want to take too long. Now that we're kind of got people in here and we're getting rolling a little bit, we'll kind of move through some of the cards a little quicker. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's closed. Thanks to Shane. We'll put that aside in your pile. $50, that's a good buy on that one. Next up, this is for fans of the Edmonton Oilers or just really good goaltenders, Hall of Fame goaltenders. It is the 2005-2006 Artifacts Autofacts Copper version for Grant Fuhr. The autograph is numbered 4 of 75. It's about $42 Canadian in the book right now, and it sells really well. We're going to start this card at $15 Canadian. Shane says thanks for the deal on that one. Thanks to you, Shane. I get the sense possibly that this is painful watching out there. I'm going to try to move a little faster here if I can.
What is the deal?
$15. Ron asks me what's the price, and I say 15 bucks. So $15 opener for Fuhr. That card again is numbered 4 of 75. And I bet the happiest person in Canada that golf courses are opening up is Grant Fuhr. This guy plays an inordinate amount of golf. I know the couple of times that I've called to talk to him, and Steve is in for $15 on the Grant Fuhr. Thank you, Steve. The couple of times I've called to talk to Grant about getting him in for a signing, and that's a possibility still in the not too distant future. Both times his wife told me he's out golfing. And we weren't able to make it work at that time, but hopefully we will before too long. So Steve is $15 on the Fuhr. The increment on this is $1. So you could go to 16 to win this nice Grant Fuhr autograph. This is AFGF in your sets. 05-06 Artifacts, Autofacts, Copper Parallel, 4 out of 5 Grant Fuhr autograph. And Eric went to 16, and now Steve goes to 17. So Steve is still winning, and he's at $17. Ron is furiously typing over there. We'll give it another 10 seconds, and then we'll move on to our next card. Let's say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Eric's in at $18. So he's gone to 18. We'll give it another 10 seconds here. And Steve's gone to 20. So Steve is at 20. We'll go to another 5 seconds, let's say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, you won that one at 20 bucks. Congratulations. That's a good buy on that card, too. It's funny because it kind of drives me crazy as Ron is going to work on the next card here. If you know anything about the autograph business, if I had Grant Fuhr here and I sold you a chance to get an autograph of Grant Fuhr, it would cost you $35 or $40 most times. It would cover my expenses to bring him in, fly, and all that good stuff. And here you can get a one that's limited out of 75, 20 bucks. Can't beat it. Next up, a cup card, 2016-17 signature materials of Michael Matheson of the Florida Panthers. This card is a 3-card patch, numbered 22 of 99, hard-signed autograph, and it is number SIMM in your sets. This card has a $25 book value, which means it's about, what, 35 bucks Canadian?
35.
Let's start that one at 12 bucks. Nice and cheap. How about $12 to start off Canadian on that one? Steve says that was a sweet buy on the the Grant Fuhr card, and Eric concurs with him. That was a good buy. This is a really sharp card, and it's nice. It's a nice, for $12 for a Cup hard signed 3-color patch card from the Cup. For those of you who may not be particularly familiar with the Cup costs about $600 or $700 for 6 cards, of which 1 or 2 are base cards. Yikes! It's a lot of money. It's an expensive break, but you get some amazing stuff out of here. One of the best cards that was ever pulled in the store a few years back, the Gabriel Landeskog 92, which is his jersey number of 99, RPA patch autograph rookie with a piece of the foot from the shoulder crest was pulled here, and that card sold for big money. Let's just put it that way. So Michael Matheson, signature materials, 3-color patch card, number 22 of 99, and that is a $12 starter. We'll let it go for a few more seconds, and if we don't have any interest in it, we'll move on to the next one. Panthers have a pretty darn good team. I can't figure out why they they just seem to struggle. I don't know if maybe it's because there's not that many fans there or what, but.
And Aaron Ekblad plays.
Yeah, and Aaron Ekblad plays for them too. That's correct.
Hey, I know nothing about hockey, but that was pretty impressive.
Ron's just chipped in with that. He even doesn't know anything about hockey, but he says he knows where Aaron Ekblad plays. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris Blanchard says $25. Well, okay, so you know what? But let's not do that. I appreciate Chris wanting to jump over the top, but Chris, the opening bid on this is $12. So Chris, let's say $12. So Chris has it at 12. We'll go $1 up here. I'm going to type in the room there. Chris, starting bid was 12. So you have it at 12. So Pity Fools was in at $12 there, and he said no, so we'll give it another 5 seconds here. If anybody wants to go over the top, Chris, on the Michael Matheson card, that's okay. They know what it is. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, you won the Mike Matheson at $12. That's a hell of a good buy on that card, too. It's going to be, trust me, when you see it, you're going to be like, wow, you paid $12 for that? That was a really good deal. Sorry, Chris says he's sorry. He thought we were at $20. I should have kept my mouth shut. That's okay, Chris. $12. That's fair. Next up, 2013-14 Crown Royal Silhouette Autograph Patch, number 89 of 99, direct from Panini Customer Service, of Marek Mazinak. This card books for about $20 US, 28 Canadian. We're going to start this one at $6. Wildly cheap, $6. I'm just typing in the room here. Don't you wish all shopping worked like that?
This is like home shopping.
You went to the car dealership and you said, I'll pay $8,000 for that, and the car dealer said, yeah, 6 is enough. That's cool. 6 is good. So, Marek Mazinak, this is if you want to call it a 3-color piece or not, there's a white seam in the middle of the card, as you can see there, and the card is hard signed. These were really beautiful cards. I don't know why these don't sell better, I'll tell you. Kind of drives me nuts. Eric is in for 6. Increment on this is $1. We'll give it a few more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eric, you won that one at $6. Thank you very much. We'll put her in the pile over there and move on to the next card. Steve says he wishes I was a car dealer. I actually, at one point, I was very close to doing that with my life, to going into selling cars, but I thought, I didn't know how good I would be at it, because I'm brutally honest, and I don't know anything about cars. I didn't think that was a good mix, maybe. Next is a 1920 Black Diamond Hall of Fame rings. This is a really impressive card, people. It's crazy. Of Mark Messier of the Edmonton Oilers. It has this the foil ring inserted into it there. And for whatever reason, this card only books for $12 US. I don't understand it. It sells for that or a little more or a little less, depending, if I remember correctly. But we're going to start this card at $5. $5 Canadian will get you this really cool Mark Messier Hall of Fame rings. He was elected to the Hall of Fame, by the way, in 2007. Him and his shiny head, his Lay's-Eaten mug. $5 for that card. We'll see if we have any Mark Messier fans out there. This, like I said, came out of another expensive product, Black Diamond. That's a thick card. It's a 180 pointer there. $5 is the opening bid on that. $5 Canadian. Steve says $5 on Messier, so Steve's got it at $5. Increment on this card is $1. Just going to poke over and look at the chat list room. It's funny. Huh. It's weird. We have a fair number of people in chat, and yet about half of them don't show up on the list for YouTube, whatever. Steve's got this at 5. We'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, you won that one at $5. That's a good buy. That's a really good buy. Next up, another Artifacts card. 2018-19 Artifacts Tundra Teammates quad for the Calgary Flames. Sean Monahan, Matt Tkachuk, Johnny Gaudreau, and Sam Bennett. This card books for about $35 Canadian. Let's start it at $10. Seems reasonable. $10 we'll say on that. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man approves. So $10 Canadian is the opening bid. This will be a $1 increment. Oh, by the way, this card is number 85 of 99, so only 99 of these made. And this is T4-CAL for Calgary if you're putting this into a set. It is 18-19. Piece of jersey each for Sean Monahan, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, and Johnny Gaudreau. Chris Blanchard was in there, okay, at 10, but Shane has gone over him to 11. So Shane is at 11. Chris Blanchard, Chris, the increment on this is $1. Do you want to bid 15 or are you going to go to 12? Chris says 15. Shane says 16. Well, that makes that moot. So Shane is at 16. Dollar in increments, but everybody knows it's dollars, so if you want to jump up more, you can. Number 85 of 99, T4-CAL, Tundra Teammates Quads, 18-19. Shane has this at $16. Going once. Going twice. What did that guy used to say? I sold it, sold it, sold it on Storage Wars. Shane Pinnell got that one for $16. We'll put it over in the pile there. Now, our first baseball card of the evening. This is a 2008 SPX Winning Trios Gold. Excuse me. WHB is the set number. Vernon Wells, Roy Halladay, and A.J. Burnett. This card is numbered 17 of 25. I cannot believe that this card only books for $28 Canadian with a Roy Halladay piece in it. And I love Vernon Wells. Not that I didn't like Roy Halladay, but I'm a big Vernon Wells guy. Let's start this card at $15. $15 Canadian for a triple Blue Jays 2008 SPX featuring Vernon Wells, A.J. Burnett, and probably most importantly, Roy Halladay. I have a really neat piece here. If I had it behind, I would show it to you. I have Vernon Wells' father is an artist, and when he played for the Blue Jays, he, Halladay, and Carlos Delgado all made the All-Star team, and I think it was 2004. And Vernon's dad drew a piece of art, an artwork for it, that they made a lithograph out of that they handed out. Steve has bid $15 to open us up here. Steve, thanks. That's a good bid. This is a $1 increment. We'll go up $1 at a time. But Vernon Wells' dad created a piece of artwork. They made a lithograph, and I have one signed by all three guys framed up. It's pretty cool, and I don't even think I have it out on the floor. I just really like it. Steve's at $15. It's a $1 increment. This card is numbered 17 of 25. Only 25 of these out there. We'll give it another 5 seconds or so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, you grabbed that one for $15. That's a heck of a buy on that. Really nice card. So we're through the first page of cards here on our thing. We'll move on. Number 13 this evening, and we'll start kind of barreling through them a bit more here. This is, I'll take that out of that case. Next card is a 2013-14 Upper Deck. This came from the Cup also. This card is a Brilliance autograph labeled BJK of Yari Curry. These cards are not numbered. So I don't know the print run on this, but this is from 13-14. The Canadian book value on this is $42, and we're going to start this one at, let's say, $15. Why not? $15. I know that card sells for a good chunk more than that online, so $15 we'll say. Yeah, I'm surprised, Steve. I'm surprised there weren't more people in that on that one, to be honest with you. Nice clean signature on here. It looks a little off on the scan there, actually, but that's the scanner. The signature is nice and strong on the card when you see it in person. Aaron is at $15 on the Yari Curry already, and that is going to be, we'll call this a $1 increment. So if you want to go over the $15 for the Yari Curry, Aaron is at $15. Tim is at, oh, Tim Heacock is here now too. How you doing, Tim? Tim has that card at 16. Sorry, Eric, he beat you out. Shipping you meet is $3 Canadian for the first card, and then we'll go to like 50 cents each card after that. Or if I happen to be down that way and you're not in a super hurry to get the cards, we'll meet up and we'll figure it out there. Aaron McLean is at $17 now, so we're at $17 for the Yari Curry. Look how thick this card is, too, if you can see it from the side there. That's a big monkey. That's bigger than 180. I think that's probably, I don't know if it's a 260 or not, but it's a large card. $17 Canadian. We're $1 increments here for this Yari Curry Brilliance Cup autograph. Eric goes to 18. So we're now at $18. Folks, in the room while we're working on the Curry card, Aaron goes to $19 now. Am I moving too slow here? Should I be moving more quickly for you guys? Just let me know in the room if you think I can go a little faster here. If I'm explaining too much about the cards, you know, we have to have a little bit of time for the Ron to get the pictures up and stuff like that in between. Eric goes to 20. That's actually what I was originally going to start the card at, was $20, but I just thought, $15, why not? So Eric is at $20. Tim goes to 22. Thank you, Tim. Amit says he likes the pace and the backstory. Well, good. I'm glad you like the pace. Yeah, I'm glad you like the pace, and I'm glad you like the backstory. I'm just sorry you have to look at this. Ooh. We're hoping to put into the budget to find a lovely assistant. I would like to have my wife could come in and do it, but she's home with the kids tonight. Eric is at 23 now for the Yari Curry. $23. Well, I appreciate it. Everybody says they're fine with the pace. That's good. And Amit says it's better than TV. I would tend to agree with you there.
It is TV.
Yeah, it's kind of TV. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Eric is at $23, and we'll give it a few more seconds here. See if anybody wants to jump over the top of that. I don't know whether Tim is social distancing. My wife has been practicing social distancing with me for many years, and I just found out what it means now. $23, give it a couple more seconds here. Going once. Going twice. Eric wins that one for $23. Nice buy for a Cup hard-signed Yari Curry autograph. Wow. Well done. Next card is a 2018-19 Upper Deck Chronology Letterman's patch of Terry Sawchuk, numbered 26 of 35, LDETS in your sets. This card, again, is, I think, undervalued pretty strongly in that the book value is only 35 Canadian, and a lot of these letter patches sell for north of that. But let's see what we can get going here. Let's start this at $10. How about $10? That's crazy cheap. I know I sold a Ted Lindsay of this, I believe, or maybe it was Sid Abel a week or two ago. So I don't want to say a lesser player, but there are a lot of Sawchuk collectors out there. And the the Sid Abel, I paid it Sid Abel, I think it sold for 20 or 22 US. And this card would go for north of that. Let's start this at $10. Amit's in for $10. I knew Amit would be in there right off the bat. Let's make this a $2 increment since we started so cheap. So Amit is in for 10. Steve, if you want this one, we'll have to go up to 12 on this one. Sorry, I hadn't said the increment yet. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a few people on this one. So if you want this one, we'll go to 12. It's a $2 increment. Terry Sawchuk, who was one of the greatest goaltenders of all time and also died tragically after, I can't remember who it was that he got in a scrap with. But I think the guy hit him in the stomach or something like that, and he ended up passing away not long after that. Somebody in the chat room can probably tell me who that was. Hey, Rich, how are you? Richard Pastoro, another one of our regulars here in the store. Just popping by here. Hi, Richard. Steve is at $12 now, and Richard goes to 14. Welcome, Richard, and boom, right in on the bidding. $2 increments. This is still a steal at $14 Canadian, folks. I guarantee it. I really want to go all Don West with this. Do you guys know who Don West is? Don West was the guy in the 90s on the Home Shopping Channel who sold all those terrible 90s cards to people. Steve is at $16. Thanks, Steve. So next bid would have to be $18. Steve is at 16. But Don West was the guy who sold all those autographs and the bricks of Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards and all that sort of thing, right? And he used to just scream and yell, and boy, it was just crazy. I remember watching that. That was right when I my first card store. That was a long time ago, man. For you young whippersnappers out there, yeah. There were cards even back then. $16. Steve has got this one. And we're going to give it a couple more seconds, let's say 5 seconds, and we'll move on from there. I'm surprised this isn't going for more. Say 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, and Richard jumped in at 18. So now we're at $18. Steve is at 20. So Steve's at $20. That's actually probably, I think when I originally pulled this card out, that's what I think I was going to start this card at, was $20. Because I'm pretty sure that that's below eBay price still. So $20, and we'll go, Richard's going to let that one go. So we'll say 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, you won that one at $20. Congratulations, another good buy. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Next card is a 16-17 in the game used dual patches of Sergei Fedorov and Alexander Ovechkin. This card is numbered 2 of 9. It's GU04 in your sets. And this card has a book value of $70 Canadian. Now, this is a pretty cool card also because if you look closely at it, it has a cut patch of Fedorov, but this is a Russian jersey, so the words are sublimated on the Russian jersey, but you can see part of the N in the window there for Ovechkin. Let's start this card off at 25 bucks Canadian. So about a third of book. I think that's a pretty reasonable deal. Again, I believe that I was originally going to start this card at 35, maybe, something like that. Let's start it at 25. Increments on this card will be $2. Let's say $2. So Sergei Fedorov and Alexander Ovechkin, dual patch card number 2 of 9. Shane says 25 bucks. So Shane is in for 25. Steve is going to go to 30 right off the bat. So Steve is at $30 already. $2 increments are fine. You could always jump an increment if you want to kind of distance a little bit there, save time. Next bid would have to be 32. Steve is guided at 30. I just really like this card. There's something really cool about having part of the sublimated N in there. Shane has gone to $35. So Shane's at 35. Again, this is probably where I was going to start that card at in the first place, 35 bucks. Shane at 35. Steve's gone to 40. $40 Canadian. And we will give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve won that one at 40 bucks. Thank you, Steve. Now, is there enough time there? Am I leaving enough lag time for you folks to be able to hear that it's ending and that you can get your last bids in there? I hope so. If I'm not, just let me know. Another in the game used card. This is 2016-17 Paul Coffey in the game used autographs, number 3 of 30, with a piece of what I believe is, I think, either a skate or a stick. Let's see if it says in the back. It just says game used memorabilia. It's very rough, so it's either a stick piece or a skate piece. And the autograph, it's number 3 of 30. Canadian book value on this is $42. Let's start this one at 15 bucks. $15, and increments on this one could be $1. We'll see how much movement we get. So $15 on this. Paul Coffey autographed, game used, in the game used, number 3 of 30. And like I said, I think that's, I'm going to take it back out of there and look. I think, man, I don't believe that's a stick. I think that's either a piece of a glove or a skate. We'll call it $15, let's say. $42 is the book value on that card. Canadian. Paul Coffey actually owns, I believe, dealerships out in Milton? Is that where that is? Yeah, a Toyota dealership, I think, out in Milton, because people sometimes will. Aaron is in for 15 bucks, so thank you, Aaron. $15, $1 bid increments there. Yeah, I think it's in Milton, that Paul Coffey. Somebody can double check me on that, but I think he has a car dealership out there.
I lived in Milton for 1 year.
Ron says he lived in Milton for 1 year and he can verify.
1969.
Oh, 1969. Steve is at $16 on that. So Ron can't verify that because there weren't cars in 1969.
It was barely steam.
Milton's where the big prison, isn't it?
Yes.
The Milton Hilton, isn't that what people call it around here?
And there's a big deaf school there.
Oh, okay. All right. Eric is at $17 for the Paul Coffey autographed jersey card numbered 3 out of 30. Steve is at $18. Paul Coffey, a number of Stanley Cup wins with the Oilers. And then I think his career path after that was, did he go to LA first and then ended up, I think, in Pittsburgh and Detroit? Played for a hell of a lot of good teams, man. Hell of a lot of good teams. It's kind of weird to say that a guy in the Hall of Fame might be underrated a bit. Paul Coffey might be a bit underrated. Steve's got this at 18. We'll give it 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, that one's yours. $18 Canadian. Goodbye on that one. Let me know, too, what you think of the selection of cards. I don't know how many, and whether you went in and looked and kind of did a video showcase search first to see if there was something there you liked. Let me know what you'd like to see the next time we do this, maybe in a month or so. Let's move on to the next card. This is a cool one, too.
Bright card.
Yes, it is. This is a dual jersey from 2016-17 In the Game Heroes and Prospects Reflections memorabilia, the platinum version, number 3 of 20. It's a dual jersey of Guy Lafleur and Sidney Crosby. Pretty neat card. This is a $50 card US in the book, so about 70 Canadian. It doesn't sell for that, but it does sell for, you know, a pretty good pop. Let's call this one $20, and let's go in $2 increments. So $20, and we'll have to move that card up and down in the window there so you can see the names and stuff. Steve says he checked out the video showcase the other day and got an idea of what he was interested in. So we appreciate that, Steve. Make sure that if you are not registered on the website, that you add your name so that we can put you in the drawing for the Aaron Ekblad card at the end of the night. Amit says he's coming into this blind. I told you, but I forgot about it. That's okay. He likes it not knowing what's in it. See, I'm going to try to price these well enough, Amit, that in the future, or for anybody who's in the room, that you can go in and check eBay pricing. And I think that there's not going to be anything that I'm going to ask eBay pricing on. Like, I figure you're saving me the time and trouble to not have to list the cards and, you know, necessarily maybe ship them out or whatever. Steve is in for $20 on this card. It's a good buy. $2 increments. You're not going to find many Crosby cards that sell for $20, especially when you've got another Hall of Famer on the card with him. It's too bad we don't have a card of Guy sneaking out to smoke in the tunnel in between periods. I know that he was known for that. Yeah, we will. And the next time, Steve, the next time we do this, I will add a few surprise cards. I thought about, I made a nice little buy today, and I got some Vladimir Guerrero Jr. rookies. I thought about throwing a couple of those in there, but we'll do that next time. Guy's at $22, so he's at 24, and Steve goes to 24 on the Crosby Heroes and Prospects Guy Lafleur Crosby dual jersey card. $24. I'm just taking a break. I got a frog in my throat. No. Well, Guy is at 26 now. $26. This card is numbered 3 of 20. So only 20 of this card out there. Oh, I forgot. I didn't even know Guy was coming. He's a Guy Lafleur fan. I forgot. He's a Canadiens fan, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. We'll give it 5 more seconds here. Guy's winning it. You know what? I don't know if I've ever asked him. Guy, is it pronounced Guy or should I be saying Guy? Like Guy Lafleur. With your name being Corshane, I think I probably should be pronouncing it Guy. But I'm not positive, so you can tell me in the room. $26. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Guy/Guy wins that one at $26. Thanks. We'll put that in the pile. Have to start another pile. Oh, it's Colby. All right. So it's Colby that's in there buying, not Guy/Guy. You can tell me anyway, Colby, so I say it right next time that you guys are in. Next card. Here's a good enforcer card for those of you who are so inclined to this kind of stuff. This is a Craig Berube 2017 ITG used putting on the foil materials magenta spectrum number 1 of 5 with a nice big jersey piece in it. This card is a $35 Canadian book value card. Let's start it at $10. $10 for ITG used Craig Berube putting on the foil numbered 1 of 5. Steve says Guy wins the Guy card. That's awesome. I agree. That's where I would like that card to go. So Craig Berube, $10, number 1 of 5. I think the speck that you see there in the picture, the little white speck, that's actually in the inside of the sleeve, not on the card. Blow it out of there. $10 for this card. Craig Berube putting on the foil. What's that a reference to? Somebody should be able to throw that out and know what that's a reference to. What movie is that from? Should be an easy guess. $10, 1 out of 5, putting on the foil. See if anybody jumps in on that one. I don't think I have any enforcers cards in the video section, in the video showcase section. We'll have to do that next time. Let's go 5 seconds on this one and we'll move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no takers on the Berube card. Kind of surprised at that. That's all right. And Colby says it's Guy like Lafleur. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. We'll move on to the next card. Next card is a 2016-17 ITG used jerseys blue spectrum. It's GU19, number 28 to 45, and it's Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh. This card is a $42 card. Canadian in the book. Let's call this card $15. $15 Canadian for this Patrick Waugh card numbered 28 of 45. How many cards on this? How many cards are there total in Meet for the Night? There are 51 cards. That's why I'm going to try to pick it up here a little bit. Yes, all cards will be top-loaded, Steve, when you pick them up. I just took them out while I was scanning because sometimes it doesn't show through the scanner very well. $15 on that Patrick Waugh card, number 28 of 45. Chris Blanchard is in at 15, and we'll call this a $1 increment raise, so you've only got to go up by $1. $15 on that card right now. GU19 in the sets. This is a 2016-17 card. As Ron scans around there a little bit. Excuse me. We're at card number, I think, 20 right now. So yeah, I'll have to pick it up a little bit. Eric goes to 16. He just beat Aaron in at 16. Chris is at 17 now, $17. I was just watching the game where I can't remember who the coach was that left Waugh in. Eric is at $18 now. $18 for the Patrick Waugh jersey card. That left Patrick Waugh in for 9 goals against Detroit, and Waugh and then got pulled, and he said, I'll never play for Montreal again. I can't remember who the coach was. Pierre Mondu, maybe? Bad memory. Shocking, huh? $18. Going once. Going twice. Sold for $18 to Eric. Next up, 12-13 Upper Deck The Cup Foundation's jerseys, number 23 of 25, Taylor Hall. And again, this is one of those cards that I think is pretty undervalued in the book. This is a $28 Canadian card. according to the book value. Let's start this at, let's start it at $10. $10, $2 increments. Thank you, Colby. It was Mario Tremblay that left him in the game. That was horrible. I still don't understand. Maybe they just didn't like him or something. Why would you do that to Patrick Waugh? I don't know. So, Taylor Hall Cup Foundations, number 23 of 25, $10 is the starting bid, and we're going to go $2 on the increments. Taylor Hall, who is now playing in Arizona? I think that's right, isn't it? He went from New Jersey to Arizona, I think, last year at the trade deadline. I should know that. Steve is at $10 on the Hall card. Thank you, Steve. Increments $2. It's amazing. Again, this is one of those products that costs, if you figure it out, it's basically, when you pay the tax on the tin too, it's about $125 a card. Now, sure, yeah, there's some big stuff that comes out of here, but here you're getting a card that would have cost $125 if you apportion out the cost of the cards for $10. Steve says, yep, it was Arizona a few months ago. That's right. Thank you, Steve. We'll go 5 seconds on this one. Taylor Hall doesn't, I don't know what it is. There are a few guys who are really, really big on Taylor Hall, but other people, I don't know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve wins that one for $10. Goodbye on that, Steve. Another cup card. This is a 2-color Edward Pasquale rookie patch autograph, number 170 of 249, from the 2013-14 Upper Deck The Cup set. This card books for $35 Canadian. And we're going to start this one at, let's start that one at $10 again. Why not? $10 with a $2 increment. That makes it affordable for everybody. $10 on that one. Not sure where he's playing now. I'm pretty sure he's not still in Winnipeg, though. Yep. $10 Canadian on that one for a hard-signed autograph rookie 2-color patch out of the cup. And Richie says $10. So Rich has got that one for 10. Increments are $2. Rich is at 10. We'll go pretty quick on this one. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rich, you got that one for $10. We'll put her in the stack. One more cup card, I think, here. This is an interesting one. This is the 2011-12 Upper Deck The Cup Gold Rookie, number 111, 13 of 25 of Zach Cassian. These cards sell really well online. This is a $42 Canadian start, or sorry, $42 Canadian book value. We're going to start this one at $20 because I know it sells north of that pretty well. This will be a $2 increment raise, but we're going to go $20 on the Gold Cup Zach Cassian rookie. I'll tell you what, if you have a Vancouver fan or somebody who's a Cassian fan, this is a good trade bait card to grab because there aren't any of these floating around. These tend to, for guys who are player collectors or team collectors, they get picked up really quick and put away in collections and don't come back out. But we'll start this one at $20 with a $2 increment. That's number 111 in the set. Scored 77 points for Windsor in 56 games in his last year in the OHL. Chris beat you in there at $20, Aaron. $2 increments if you want to go over the top. Chris is at $20 right now. He only had 67 penalty minutes, too, in Windsor that year. That seems a little low for him. $20 on that Zach Cassian Cup rookie. I can't remember what I had this listed for in the store. It was more than the book. It was more than the book value, though. I know that. $20. We'll go 5 seconds on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, you won that one for $20. That's a hell of a good buy. I suspect Chris might be listing that one himself on eBay. Next up, this is a Tuukka Rask. Whoops. 2011-12 Titanium from Panini Reserve Autographs. This is a sticker autograph. Neat card, though. Turn that around so you can see the front of it. It's number 47 in the set. The book value on this is $35 Canadian. We're going to start this card at $10. $10 with a $1 bump. Oh, Chris says that card's for his PC. Cool. That's good to know. $10 on this Tuukka Rask. Take a sip of my cold tea here. $10 for, is the booing for me or for Steve or for Tuukka Rask? Chris, I'm not sure which one. Aaron's in for $10. $1 increments on this one. We'll go pretty quickly. Steve is in for 11 now. $1 increments. Steve's got this card at 11. Tuukka Rask autograph. It's kind of weird, too, because I can guarantee you this card would have sold for probably $20, $25 US. It would sold for more than that when it came out. Aaron is at 12 now. $12 Canadian for the Tuukka Rask. Steve goes to 15. So we're at $15. Oh, yeah, but Steve, with that $115 is no, it's $15. Aaron, do you want to go any higher? Or should we let this one go? Let's do it in 3. Sorry, we'll go 5 seconds. 3 is awfully quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve won that one for $15. Yay, it's another Bruins card, Chris. I'm sure you'll be thrilled. This is, pull her up here, 2012-13 Fleer Retro Autographs, Group E, the 93 version of the autographs, Patrice Bergeron. Again, this is a $35 Canadian card. And let's do $10 on this card again. I really like these cards, too. It's a $1 increment. $10 Canadian start on this card, we'll call it. And I don't know why I got in a little run of Bruins there, for those of you who are Bruins haters. I have a lot of Bruins folks that come in the store, though. But $10 on that one. He has an interesting autograph, too. It's very loopy. Good player, though. $10 with $1 increments if somebody wants to start that one off. Sarah's in for $10 quickly on that one. Boom. Increments $1 on this. Richard goes to 11. This was a fun set to open up, too. There were a lot of neat cards in this product. I wish they would do this again. It was just a lot of fun. Sarah goes to $12. We're now just about halfway through everything, and we're kind of speeding up here a little bit. If anybody needs to take a potty break, if you think we should take 5 minutes, you're welcome to let us know. Richard goes to 13. I may have to run and grab a bottle of water for myself. The tea is drying my mouth out. $13. Richard has it now. We'll go 5 seconds again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Richard grabs that one at 13 bucks. Nice buy. Next card. I like these things. Some people don't like them. I think they're cool. This is a Seth Jones booklet autograph. 2014-15 Upper Deck Premier Rinks of Honor autographs. I think these are really cool. I just like the panoramic shot of the rink, the fact that it's signed on the rink. Really, really neat. This card books again for $35 Canadian. We're going to start this one at 10 bucks. Cool hard signed autograph of a really, really good defenseman on a booklet card from a pretty expensive product for 10 bucks. And we'll do a $1 increment on this again. I think something we may institute for the next time we do this is we may institute a shot clock right off the beginning, right? So that there's 30 seconds or 45 seconds once the initial bid comes in. Steve was in first there, Aaron, at 10 bucks, just ahead of you. So Steve has got this card at $10. It's a $1 increment if you want to go over the top of him. It's a panoramic shot of Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Hard signed. Of course, Seth doesn't have the nicest autograph on the face of the earth, but what are you going to do? This is card number RHSJ in the set. Rinks of Honor. Aaron goes to 11. Steve goes to 12. $1 increments. Aaron, do you want to go any farther than that? I can't remember off the top of my head what this card sells for eBay on eBay. It's more than that, I'm sure. I have to remember to write that stuff down next time. I did the, on the earlier cards, I did the research on these 2 weeks ago. And I can barely remember how to get to the store myself. Although you're going to learn how to get to the store when we show the curbside pickup video before we go to the break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, that one's yours at 12 bucks. We'll move on to the next card, which is a 2018-19 Artifacts Jesperi Kotkaniemi Rookie Relic Silver. This is the redeemed version. It came directly from Upper Deck. Numbered out of $3.99. This guy was hotter than a $2 pistol right off the bat. And then the Canadians just all kind of slowed down. This card books for 15 US, so about 20 to 22 Canadian. Let's call this 5 bucks with a $1 increment. Amit, that jersey actually, if you want to see it later on, I'll show it to you. I can't move my monitor right now. That's actually autographed. It's a beautiful autograph. I'll explain to you. It's got a full letter from JSA. I don't have any of the blank ones in the store, like unsigned. Right now, I didn't actually do a lot of jersey stuff, but the store closed. Aaron is in at 5 bucks on that one right off the hop. That came directly from, what do you call it? Chris Blanchard goes to 10. Not fooling around. Chris isn't fooling around. 10 bucks. Still, we can do $1 increments on that, though, so Chris has got it at 10. That's where I was going to start the card anyway, Chris, but who knows. So we're at $10. But no, I didn't carry a lot of jerseys in the store at the end because we had another fellow here in Barrie who did jerseys, and I just sent people to him, and now he's closed up for good. So when we reopen, I probably will start stocking jerseys again. Chris Blanchard has this at 10, and we'll go for, Steve says, boom, that's right. Chris dropped the hammer there. We'll go 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris wins the Yesberry Kokanemi. Still a pretty good buy on that card, I think. Next card, we'll stay in the realm of artifacts. It's a Brady Tkachuk 2018-19 Artifacts Rookie Relic Redemption Silver. That was the number 4 redemption. Number 142 of 399. Again, this card actually books higher now than the Kokanemi did. It wasn't that way at the beginning. This card books for 28 Canadian. Let's start this one at $5 again. Why not? $5. Ron just looked at me like, $5? Really? So let's go $5. Let's go a $2 increment on this one, though, because I expect there'll be a few people in on this card. So $5 for the Tkachuk dual jersey relic, numbered 142 of 399. That's IV4. Aaron's in at $5. $2 increments. Or you could go more like Chris did if you want to. But he's got that card at $5. 2 jersey pieces there. And that was one that you would have pulled the redemption card. Now we're at 7. Steve is at 7. Aaron goes to 9. And Steve goes to 11. And Ron is typing quickly. So we are at $11 with Steve. Card number 142 of 399. We'll give it, Aaron goes to 13. Steve goes to 15. I'm glad I did this one by 2. Steve is at $15, and we'll give it 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Steve got that one at $15. Those are nice cards. I like getting those in the mail. I like better when I get them in the mail for customers, but I have a lot of people who, if you wonder how I end up with a lot of these cards, we'll talk about that after we get the next card up here. The next card is Steve just said poor Ron because we're making him type so much. He's earning his keep.
Emphasis on the poor.
That's right. Emphasis on the poor, Ron says. Next card is a 2019-20 Black Diamond Run for the Cup. Johnny Gaudreau, number 94 of 99. This is a neat card. It's got a die-cut feature to it. Acetate in the middle so you can see the whole rank. Diamond Mite. I thought these cards were called Run for the Cup. They're not. I'm an idiot. Run for the Cup is the other set. This is a Diamond Mite card, so ignore what I put on the video showcase. This is actually a Diamond Mite card, number 94 of 99. We'll start this at $10. This is number 94 of 99, DMJG in your set numbers. Started at $10 with a $1 increment. We'll go pretty quick on this one. Ugh. That tea gets a little strong and cold after it's been sitting there for a while. Ooh. I already finished my McDonald's coffee. Where do you fall on that debate? If you're a coffee drinker and you like to go through the drive-thru, are you a McDonald's person, a Starbucks person, or Tim Hortons, or somewhere else like Country Style or something like that?
It's McDonald's.
Yeah. Ron says McDonald's also. I drink McDonald's almost exclusively for coffee now. And I eat there occasionally. Maybe you could tell.
When Tim Hortons was Canadian, maybe we would support them.
But Oh, McDonald's is Canadian?
no, but Tim Hortons pretends they're Canadian.
Shane, you actually had the first bid on that card, and opening bid was $10, so we'll call it $10. So Shane's got this one for $10.
Well, that's it.
Yep. And we'll go quick on this one. 5, 4, 3. What?
Well, you said Shane had it for $10, so I took it on.
Oh, no, we had the opening bid, but he's got it at 10, right? We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Too late. Shane,
Okay, Shane wins that one for $10, Shane, not 12, $10. We'll make a note of that so that we don't charge a 12 at the end of the night. Chris Blanchard says Timmy's. I just can't deal with their coffee anymore. I don't know what it is about it. I just like McDonald's better. Next up, local boy made good. Shane Corson, 1819 SP Authentic signed to the Times, Group F autograph, hard signed right on the card. This is a pretty card too, and they don't sell for a ton. It's going to sell for more than I'm going to start the bid out at, which is $5. But the book value on this Canadian is about $15, $17, something like that. Call it $5 with a $1 increment. Yeah, I'm a McDonald's guy now. $5. This is SOTT for Sign of the Times, SH for Shane Corson. 1819 SP Authentic hard signed card. Aaron says $5. So Aaron's in at 5. Increment is $1 on this. Aaron's getting smart because he's listening to me before we throw up the little tag thing at the bottom before Ron gets it typed in. Aaron's jumped in and he's like, he hears me say 5 and boom, he's on 5, right? Oh, but Steve went for 6. So Steve is 6 for Shane Corson. So we'd have to go to 7. Would be the next increment. And Aaron is 7. $7 Canadian. $1 increments. Hard signed autograph. It's nice. It's a pretty card. I like the design of these from this year. We'll call it in 5 seconds. Steve goes to 8. So we'll go 5 seconds from here. $1 increments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve got that one for $8. Next card. Justin, thanks for coming by tonight. Much appreciated. I know things are dragging a little bit here. We'll try to be a little faster next time. This was our first crack at trying to figure out how many cards. We might limit it to maybe 30 or 40 next time too, because we want to get on to the solitaire break later too. So I'm going to start ripping through some more. Next card. Jaromir Jagr, 15-16 Upper Deck Trilogy Triptychs, TJJ3 stick card. Big piece of stick in this one, number 58 of 75 on the back. This is a tough card to find. A lot of people are big fans of Jagr. This is a $60 US, so you could put it in the $80 to $85 range Canadian for book value. We're going to start this one at $30. $30 with a $2 buy increment. So $30 for the Jaromir Jagr card here to start with. I can't remember off the top of my head if somebody wants to go have a look or whatever, but $30 Canadian for that card is a pretty good buy. Nice big thick card with a big piece of the stick in it. Also has just a hint. It's actually 2 colors of stick, the flat black and then the black from the tape, and a bit of yellow up there on the top too if you're into that sort of thing. 58 out of 75, $30. Book value on this one is 80 to 85 Canadian. Jaromir Jagr is one of my very favorite players too, not necessarily for what he did on the ice. The guy just cracks me up. He's a funny guy. TJJ3 is the set number in this one. 58 to 75. Amit, thanks for stopping by. Greatly appreciated. And like I said, next time we'll probably start maybe a little earlier at 6 o'clock or something like that. I'll talk to you soon, hopefully, buddy. We'll go 5 seconds on this one, starting bid at 30. If we don't get a buyer, we'll move on to the next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll move on to the next card. This is a hard-signed Bobby Hall Parkhurst Missing Link, or Tall Boys, sorry, autograph. This is number A3 out of the set. These were tough, really tough. They're still not easy to find. This is a it's $100 US in the book. So it's a tough one. Let's call this one, how about $40? $40 with a $5 increment. This is also numbered 376 and 964 on the back. I believe there were 6 cards in the set. There was also a Makita and a couple of other, like some big names, right? Gordie Howe was in this set, I think. Maybe Dave Keon, or it might have been Bauer. But we'll call it $40 with a $5 starting bid. This one doesn't jump up, don't see it very often. And Chris Blanchard is in for 40. Beat Sarah out, and Steve is at 45. Sarah goes to 50, so Sarah has it at 50 now. 50 Canadian, she just beat out Chris. Steve goes to 60. $60 Canadian, Sarah goes to 65. Oh, sorry, 55. Steve went to 60. Oh, Sarah's at 65. That's right. Goodbye on this card still. This is a tough find. 65 Canadian and $5 increments.
Let Sarah get it.
And we'll go 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Shane beat it at 70. Damn it. Shane snuck in. 70 for Shane. Sarah went to 75. So Sarah's at 75. We'll go 5 seconds again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sarah wins it at $75. It's a good buy on that card. Tough to find. I've only had 1 or 2 of those. Thank you, Sarah. Another big card here. This is really cool. Alexander Ovechkin. 2015-16 O-Pee-Chee Platinum Superstars Die Cut Rainbows Autographs SS1 Group B, hard signed. Don't see very many of these around. This is $120 US in the book, which means it's about $170 or so Canadian. Let's start this one at $75. $75 Canadian, so less than half of the book for a hard-signed Alexander Ovechkin autograph. This one will go in $5 increments also. $75. Excuse me. Aaron's in for 75 on that one. So opening bid, $75. Steve is at 80. $5 increments. Nice hard signed Ovechkin autograph. Aaron goes to 90. (2015-16) O-Pee-Chee Platinum. If I remember correctly, this was a redemption that somebody mailed in and then I traded them for. Steve goes to 100. Steve has got the card at $100. Well, it's still $5. Or Aaron went to 110. 110.
First 3-digit card?
Yes, that's true. That is the first 3-digit card. Steve went to 115. Got some Ovechkin fans. Steve's got it at 115. We'll go another 5 seconds here. Steve's got it at 115. Next bid would have to be 120. Aaron goes to 125. Next bid would have to be 130. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aaron gets it at 125. Still a solid buy, especially considering that I'm picking up the tab for the tax.
A lot of tax there.
Yes, there is a lot of tax on that card if you were to buy it somewhere else. So the next card is 2018-19 Upper Deck Ice Scripts Matt Murray. This is out of the Trilogy product. This is an acetate card, PETG actually. Hard signed. ISMM is the set number. This card books for $42 Canadian, and we'll start this one at 15 bucks. Okay, now we have an issue here. Okay, so I think because of the lag between the video and the chat room, Steve and Aaron continued to bid after I closed that card.
It's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah. So that card closed at 125, guys, just to be clear. That Ovechkin card closed at 125. So, Steve, you are $15 on the Murray, and this is $1 increments to jump up on this. So Aaron did win that card at 125. So I'm going to make, while we're bidding on the 15 on the Murray, and Steve, you got that one at 15. I'm just going to make a little note off to the side here, although I'll be rewatching this later. Yeah, that Ovi was. Thank you, Steve. That's much appreciated. Steve says I wasn't going to bid after he went to 135 anyway, so it's greatly appreciated. And Aaron got it for 10 bucks less than he was willing to go, so that's good. Okay, so Aaron says sweet. Thanks, Steve. Matt Murray, $15, $1 increments. We'll go 5 seconds on this card. So we'll have to figure that out, how we can do that for next time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steve, you got that one at 15 bucks. Okay. We'll do this one quick. This is a Cam Fowler 1819 Artifacts Materials Emerald, number 37 is 65, 77 in the set. It has a 2-color patch piece. The book value on it is about 16 Canadian. See, we must be lagging harder now because there are cards coming in, there are bids coming in after stopping here. So I'm not sure what we should do at this point because I don't want to cause any problems for anybody.
Just wait.
I guess we'll have to basically say 15 seconds, right? Okay. So we're going to pull that other card. Okay. Yeah, Steve says we're lagging a bit more. Okay. So we'll go back to the other card, the Matt Murray there. Shane went to 16. Steve went to 17. And we'll let it, I'll give it 15 seconds starting now. And if we get another bid in between there, Steve, you're at 17, then we'll start another 15 seconds. So let's go 15 seconds from now. Steve has the card at $17 right now. So it'll be 5, 4. Shane went to 18. Okay, so we'll go 15 seconds again. Steve, 19, 15 seconds. Shane went to 20, 15 seconds. 21 for Steve. And Shane is going to stop there, so I don't think anybody else is going to jump in. So we're at 21 for Steve, and we'll call it there. Okay, we'll throw the Cam Fowler up there. Cam Fowler, 18, 19, excuse me, Artifacts Material Emerald, number 37 of 65. And this one we're going to start at $5, $1 increments. Or a buy it now of 8. How about we institute that? You can start it at $5, or if you want to just buy the card outright, be the first person to say 8, and you can have it for 8. Otherwise, $5, $1 increments. Eric's in for $5. Let it run for 10 or 15 seconds here. Steve says no buy it nows. I figured on the small one we'll see how quickly it goes. Just move along here because I've still got about 15 cards to go and I want to try to be done within 20 or 25 minutes so we can do the case break. So we'll go 5 seconds here. We've given that long enough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a few more seconds here. Yeah, we are running 15 or so seconds behind now. So, Eric, you won that one for $5. Put that aside. Next card is a Wendell Clark autograph, hard signed. This is the 12-13 Panini Classic signatures. These were actually inserted in 13-14 contenders because they missed the cutoff to get them in to the product. The book value on this card is about $40 Canadian, but it sells for that or more around here. But we'll call this one $20, let's say. $20 with $2 increments. So $20 opening bid for the Wendell Clark autograph, $2 increments. This is card number 19 in the set, and this is one of the very nicest, and I mean very nicest, autograph card sets to come out in a while. I really like this set. Nice picture of Wendell, too, with the C. That would have been a 92-93 because that's the 75th anniversary Stanley Cup. So we had a starting bid of 20 from Eric, and Steve jumped it up to 25. So if anybody wants to go over the top of that, Eric puts it at 27 Canadian now. Actually, I guess what I could do is I could wait when there's no more action on here for 15 seconds, couldn't I? And then we can move on from there. Doesn't that make sense, Ron? Okay. So we haven't had any action for 10 seconds. I'll wait another 5. Let me make that clear, and then that's how we'll do it for the rest of the night to speed things up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch when there's not any more activity on the board here. Then I'm going to count 10 seconds from when I see the last bid, and I'll start 5 seconds in or whatever. And whenever I don't see any more activity, then that's when it'll close. So we haven't had any activity here for a few minutes. I'll count another 5 seconds, and that's when it'll be over with. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll make a little motion, and that means that I'm syncing myself up with the chat room there. So Eric got that one for $27. going to wait for that to clear here. We'll give Ron a chance to move the next card up. Excuse me.
It cleared, like you're looking there. And
Yeah, no, I'm looking here because I'm syncing it up with Boom. There it is. Okay, so now I've got it synced up in my head here at least a little bit. We'll move on to the next card. This is a beauty. I love this card. This is a 2007-2008 In the Game Heroes and Prospects, My Country, My Team, dual jersey card of John Tavares when he played for the Oshawa Generals. There are 50 copies of this card. This is the silver version. They're not individually numbered, but it is number 1 of 50 on the back. 3-color piece at the bottom. This is a $56 card Canadian in the book. We're going to start this one at $20 with a $2 increment. So $20 with a $2 increment. And then I'll know from when I see the Ron key the cost in down there at $20 when it went live there. We'll give it a few seconds when I see the card pop, when I see it pop up down here, and then we'll count down from there. So $20 on this card with a $2 increment, $20 Canadian. Shane is in for $20 on that card. So Shane has got it for 20 bucks. $2 increment to go over the top of Shane on this one. I have a big soft spot for Heroes and Prospects cards too. I love these cards. You find these boxes sometimes pretty cheap at the expo from 15 years ago, and I just sit and crack them. Love them. $2 increment. Haven't had any action. Nope, Steve went to 22 on that one. Shane is at 24. Steve, do you want to go to 26? Sorry for the dead air, folks. Just I'm to make sure that we don't hose anybody here. That's my main concern with this. So Shane's at 24. Looks like it's been about 10 or 15 seconds. Steve's out. We'll call that one for Shane at $24. Thanks. That's probably the best way to speed things up now, is if you're in kind of a bid back and forth and you're done, put in there that you're done, and then that way it'll kind of help us speed things up. This is an Andrei Svechnikov 2018-19 Trilogy 03-04 15th Anniversary Retro Rookies, number 451 of 599. This card books for $15. This is the Svechnikov that played here for the Barrie Colts. We'll start this one at $5 with a $1 increment bid. So $5. Svechnikov has developed quite a following pretty much everywhere. There's a lot of people who collect Svechnikov. And I really like the look of these cards. That was a great year for cards, the 03-04 Trilogy anyway. But I appreciate it, Steve. Steve says we'll get the hang of this. We'll futz around with the YouTube also, so we know exactly what the better, if we can get it faster one way or the other by not doing something or whatever, I don't know. Steve 5, Chris went to 6. Steve is 7. He just beat out Shane. Chris Blanchard went to 8. Shane Pinella's at 9. Chris went to 10. Shane at 11. Steve is out. Chris is what's left. Chris is out. Shane Pinella at 11. See, that will work great. If you guys can do that, I greatly appreciate it. We'll buzz through the last, I think we've got about 10 or 12 cards to go here. Next up, this is a really cool card. I just got this in trade. Mark Scheifele, 1920 SP Game Used, 19 All-Star Skills, Relic Blends Patch, number 12 of 15. There is not a book price on this card yet. The first one I saw sold for over $100 US, but I don't think that that's accurate. I don't think it's really right. I priced this card at 50 US because it's a patch out of 15, which would make it 70 Canadian. But let's start this card at $25 with a $5 increment. How's that? $25, dirt cheap on that one. I'll wait for that to roll back around here. Number 12 of 15, that's got a 3-color swatch in it. Another Barry boy, hometown. Not hometown, but played for the Colts. Very popular player while he was here. And we'll see, this is ASRB MS if you were going by set numbers. We'll pop that one up. Steve is at $25. The increment would be 30 here. Chris goes to 30. Increment is $5, sorry. So Chris is at 30. He just beat out Shane. The increment on this one is $5, Shane. Chris is at 35. Really nice card. Nice big thick, and it just came out of this year's SP Game Used. When I saw the first one go for over $100, my eyes kind of bugged out of my head, but then I realized now somebody went off crazy on the first one. Shane is at $40 now. Chris is out. I don't think we had anybody else in that one. Steve is out. Shane gets that one for $40. That's a good buy on that, Shane. Really sharp card. We'll move on. I think we're down to 10 or 11 here. Next card. Teemu Selanne, 0102, Be a Player Signature Series Autograph LTS. This is the vault version of that card. That means it has the black sticker up on the top right-hand corner. This card is, there's no price on vault ones, but the regular card is a short print and sells, books for about $42. Let's start this one at $15. $15 with a $2 increment for a hard signed Teemu Selanne. Teemu does not do a lot of signing either. He doesn't have a lot of autographs in current products. One hell of a good player too, man. Wow. That was the guy, he had scored, how many goals did he score? And Eric's got this one at $15 to start with. $15. Next bid would have to be 17, although when I say this, we're already 15 seconds into the bidding. I wonder, when I type into the chat room, do they see it immediately or 15 seconds later?
The chat room they see pretty much, well, not immediate.
But faster than the video?
Yes.
Okay. Richard is at $17 on that. Eric is out. Give it a couple more seconds to see if anybody comes through. And it looks like that's it. Richard, $17 on that one. That's a good buy on that one too, man. Oh. So Eric says he sees it pretty much immediately. So that's cool. Next card, football card. Lamar Jackson, 2018 Panini Unparalleled, number 209 rookie card. This card books for $28 Canadian. We're going to start this one at $10. $10 Canadian with a $2 increment. Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. This is severely under what you would get for this card on eBay, by the way. It came in a trade a few weeks ago, and I hadn't put it out in the case yet. So $10 Canadian is the opening bid. $2 increment.
On page 4?
Yep. Page 4. Under the Svechnikov. It's the second row to the left, the football, the parallel, horizontal card.
The unparalleled parallel?
Yes, that's it. There we go. So, Lamar Jackson, $28 Canadian is the book value on this card, and $10 is the opening bid. Just reorganizing some stuff here. Hang on just a second. Any bids on Lamar Jackson? No football, guys? Oh, wait a minute. The thing just came up. Doesn't look like anybody jumping in on Lamar Jackson, so if somebody wants that one, you can come back in later on. We'll move on to the next card. Oh, Colby's in for $10. Give her a few seconds after that. Looks like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think that's Colby for $10. That's a hell of a good buy on that one. Okay, another big card here. This is a cool one. 16-17 Upper Deck Ice. Number 199, Zach Werenski, rookie card. This is 40 of 99. These are the premier hits in Ice product. The 99 rookies are the ones that everybody is chasing. This is Zach Werenski from the Columbus Blue Jackets. The book value on this card is a little over 200 Canadian. We're going to start this one at, let's say, $80 with $5 increments. If somebody gets this for $80, that's a heck of a deal. I know I paid more than that for this card when I bought it, so, or at least what I paid for it in trade. I kind of wonder whether maybe the way to do this is to let people just run the bidding based on just the live chatting rather than me talking. So opening bid on this is $80. This is one that, yeah, it's got a pretty steep starting bid because this is a tough card. Anybody open her up at $80? Looks like we might be passing on that one. I'll set that one aside there. If somebody wants me to come back to it, I can. Next card. Carey Price, 11-12 in the game between the pipes, complete jersey silver. This is a vault version of this. The Ruby 1 of 1 has a number, a jersey, an emblem, and a fight strap in it. This would have been the gold version originally. Book value on this card, there's not a vault value, but the regular card is generally around 125 to 140 Canadian. Let's start this one at $50. Canadian with a $5 increment. Beautiful. I love these cards. These complete jerseys. There are lots of people who work on all of these. Try to collect every year, every player. This is out of the Between the Pipes, and the Between the Pipes set is all goalies if you've never collected that stuff before. It's really cool. So starting $50 is the starting bid on that. $5 increments. You know, something else I'm noticing is I probably should have maybe trimmed my beard a bit before I came. The old soup strainer's hanging down on the way here. Carey Price, who I'm not sure how much longer he'll last with the Montreal Canadiens. I think I can't see them getting rid of him necessarily. I know that there was some talk about him being traded or whatever, but I don't think so. Got a couple we've got 2 or 3 more big ones right in a row here. Anybody for the Carey Price starting at $50? If I don't see anybody jump in, then I can probably move on, right? Okay, if anybody wants me to come back to that card, we'll put it aside here. Next card is, this is a personal favorite of mine. This is the 1990-2000 Upper Deck Century Legends Epic Signatures Gold, number 21 of 100 of Jean Beliveau. This is a hard signed card. Book value on this is about $125. We'll start this card at 60 Canadian. Beautiful card and a terrific set, just an absolutely terrific set. We are down to our last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 more cards to go. So we should be finished in about another 10 minutes. We'll take a short break, and then we'll do the solitaire case break. By the way, if you're looking at that card, it looks a little kind of the signature doesn't look very strong in the scan there. It is. It's a very strong signature on the card. There's no fading or anything like that. It's a really solid autograph. With the hand pricing there down on the bottom. Terry's in on that one at $60. I wonder if Terry was waiting for that card. This is $5 increments if somebody wants to go over the top of Terry on that. Steve is at 65 now. Terry goes to 70. Steve is at 75. Terry's out. Steve was at 75. So Steve has that at 75 right now. I'm just asking if anybody else is in. Doesn't appear so. Steve's got that one at $75. Next card. This is a weird one because it doesn't show up in the book. This is a 2019-20 Upper Deck Trilogy. Sorry, 2018-19. I goofed that up on the thing. 2018-19 Upper Deck Trilogy Autofocus AFSS hard signed PETG card of Steven Stamkos. This card doesn't show up in the book. I'm sure the Beckett probably has it somewhere, but I just couldn't find where it is in the book. Based on what the cards from the previous year were listed at, I would estimate that this is probably a $75 or $80 US card, which would mean that it's probably say 110 to 120 Canadian, 100 to 110, something like that. Let's call this opening bid of $50 with a $5 increment on that card. Beautiful card. And like I said, I did find the 1920s. The most common guys were listed at 60, and then there was Orr, and I think he was 150 or 200. There were a couple of other ones that were in there, somewhere in that ballpark. But we'll call that one $50 Canadian. And Aaron is in it for 50 on that one. Steve is at 55. $5 increments on that card. Steve at 55. Really is pretty. And Steve Stamkos' uncle, used to work at the Zellers here in the mall. He used to come over and talk to me all the time about Stamkos. Take a quick look there. Steve is at 55. Just put it in the chat room. If anyone wants to go to 60. Aaron's out. Steve's got that one at 55. Goodbye on that card. Next up, terrific goalie, one that you don't see too many cards of out there, and this is a relatively inexpensive example. Vladislav Tretiak, 910 in the game, between the pipes autograph, AVTR. The book value on this card is very low. I think it books at either $12 or $15, but the eBay sales on this card are 25 to 30 US consistently. So I listed it at 39 in the store while I was waiting people on it. We're going to start this card at $20 Canadian with a $2 bid increment. $20 for Tretiak there. Like I said, most of them that I looked at, all of them, were 25 to 30 US, I think. So we'll go $20 with a $2 starting bid. And again, that autograph looks weak, but it is not. It's a solid autograph. I'll have to check I have to look at my scanner. For whatever reason, it seems to be making the cards look a little weak. Chris has got that one at 24 now. That's weird why it's doing that. The scanner is doing that to make the autographs look kind of hinky there, but that's a solid autograph. Steve's out. Looks like Chris Blanchard has that one at $24. It's a good buy for a Tretiak autograph. Next card, Taylor Hall again. This is a true 1-of-1. This is the 13-14 Dominion printing plates magenta of Taylor Hall. This is card number 122. This would have been the base card, I think, of Hall from the Dominion. Actually came in that product. There is no book value on these cards. We had it listed for $40 US in the store. We're going to start this one at $20 Canadian with a $2 increment. Five more cards. Thanks for hanging out with us so long, guys. It's much appreciated. We're not too far off, actually, of what I thought the time would be. I thought it would be 2 hours. We're going to end up at about 2 hours and 25 minutes. So next time we won't have so much explanation to go. And we'll make it a little quicker, and maybe we'll cut it down to 30 cards next time or something. Steve's at $20 on that card, right off the hop. $2 increment to go over the top of that. I used to have tons of these things. I used to chase printing plates like there was no tomorrow. I still pick them up whenever I see them. Who am I fooling? I still buy the dang things. Looks like we've had about 15 seconds. So we'll call that one for Steve at 20 bucks. Next card, Miro Heiskanen. Hell of a good young player. This is the Artifacts rookie number 1819, red 190. And it is number 311 of 7.99. The book value is 28 Canadian. Let's start this one at 10 bucks with a $1 increment. We'll wait for that to pop up. Chris Blanchard says 10 bucks. I figured Chris would be on this one. I'm not shocked. $10 on the Heiskanen. Give it a few more seconds here. We have a lot of dead air, like I said, because we're dealing with just a bit of more lag than we were expecting, than we were dealing with at the beginning of the program. That's thank you, YouTube. I must have said something. What did I say? Somebody at YouTube is mad. No other action. Looks like Chris gets that one at $10. On to next card is another Artifacts card, 1920 Upper Deck Artifacts Materials Gold Roman numeral 2. This is the Rookie Relic Redemption double jersey out of $4.99 for Kirby Dack. This card books at $30 US, so about 40 Canadian or whatever. But this card has been selling really, really well right now. Let's start this one at, I'm trying to remember what I saw it selling for. Let's start this one at $25 Canadian with a $2 increment. I know Eric has been sitting around waiting for me to get to this Belfour card, I'm sure. So see if anybody pops up. And if you are out of the area, if you don't want to pick this up, I can send you the code for this if you'd like to redeem it. Or I can redeem it for you and send you the card when it comes in. Steve has gone to 25 on this one. Kirby Dack is hot right now. Well, again, I keep saying people are hot, but they're not really hot in the sense of they're playing well, as you know. But there was a lot of interest in Kirby Dack right before the break happened. Doesn't look like, do we have anybody else in? 25 to Steve. Eric is chanting, Eddie, Eddie. He's waiting for the Eagle card to show up. Doesn't look like we have anybody else in on the DAC redemption. That's a good buy for Steve at $25. So that's a nice one. Whoop, not $4.25. All right. 3 cards left. This next one is a hard-signed Ed Belfour 0809 in the game superlative franchise autograph. There were only 19 copies of this card made. It still comes with the original holder and the seal and everything else on it. Hard signed, and these cards consistently sell for more than the book price, are very close. It's $40 Canadian. Let's start this one at $20 with a $2 increment. So we'll start it at $20. I think another thing that would speed this up in the future, Ron, would be if I told you this card is this and here's the starting bid. Hey, I'm shocked. Eric bid at $20. Eric is at 20. Richard goes to 22. Eric goes to 24. Richard goes to 26. Eric goes to 30. Eric has it at 30 right now. Richard goes to 35. Eric goes to 40. Anyone else there? Eric at 40. My keyboard is giving me fits here again. Eric's got that one at 40. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to go over the top of him. And Richard says the eagle has landed with Eric. So Eric, I know you were waiting around for that one, and you get the Eddie the Eagle at $40. And we're just going to make these last two quick. We're going to combine the last two cards. So the last two cards are a Topps Chrome 150 Shohei Ohtani rookie card and a Reggie Jackson bat card from the 2001 Upper Deck Legends of New York game bats. We'll do both cards in a lot, and we'll start it at $5 for the pair of them with a $1 increment. So let me type that up here real quick. One lot, $5 starting bid for both with $1 all right. So the last two cards there, we're going to combine those two Shohei Ohtani rookie card, the Chrome, and the bat card of Reggie Jackson from the, what did I say that was from? Century Legends, I think? Legends of New York, sorry. $5 for the pair of them. Richard's in at $5. Pity the Fools is in at $6. Aaron goes to $8. Pity the Fools is at $9. I can't believe that Reggie Jackson bat card is at like $30. It just shocks me. Steve is in for $10. Tim is at $11. Nice Shohei Ohtani rookie card and a Reggie Jackson bat card at $11 right now. The last grouping of the night. And then I think Ron will take Richard goes to 12. take a short break.
Are we not playing the video?
No, I mean, we'll go to the video after this. Tim is at 13. Pity is out. That just leaves Rich. Richard goes to 14. So after this is finished up, I'm going to talk through this now because we're going to have a little bit. Tim is at 15 now. We're going to take about a 5-minute break. We're going to show the video on our curbside service and what we're able to pre-order in, kind of some changes there, how to get to the store and all sort of thing. Richard's at 16 now. That video will run about 5 minutes, and when we come back, we're going to do a live case break of it's 10 boxes, 2 5-inner shippers of President's Choice Solitaire. Tim is at $17 now. Richard is at $18. Tim goes to 20. So we'll play that video. We'll give you some information on how to get here to the store if you're local, to come by and do pickups. Richard is out. Tim grabs that one at 20 bucks. And that's our final card for the night. Went a little longer than I had expected. Was hoping by 9, instead we're 9:30. So what we'll do here from the rest of for these cards is I will total up the rest of the cards, and I will be emailing people with totals, information on how to pay. We'll set up pickup information, or if you need things shipped. Watch for that. Probably won't be tonight. It'll probably be tomorrow morning that the emails will come out, and we'll figure it out from there. Tim Heacock says his wife left the room and now he can bid on stuff and we're done. Well, Tim, next time let me know, and maybe I'll send your wife a Tim's card or something like that and she can sneak out. Or yeah, Steve, we should be able to have you pick them up tomorrow. I'm in from 10 to 3. I'd say just give me maybe till 11 o'clock to get everything ready for you, because I won't be in until probably 9:30 or so. But yeah, we can definitely find some way to I guess your wife can't go sit at Tim Hortons right now, but okay. So give us 5 minutes. Watch the video if you're so inclined. If not, have yourself a break for whatever you might need to take that break for. And when we come back, we'll be cracking an entire 10-box case of President's Choice Solitaire, and I cannot wait to see what comes out of this case. See you in a minute. So if you're coming to Doug Laurie Sports for curbside pickup and you're on Bayfield Street, this is how you get into the Kozlov Center and around to the curbside pickup door for our store. So as you come into the mall here, you'll see that in front of you, you'll come to the Dollar Tree right in front of you there. And as you pull up to the front of the Kozlov Center, you'll make a turn here to your left and go around past the Dollar Tree. Past Lee's. And then past Labels, Factory Direct, and Urban Planet, all of which are closed right now. As you come up to the stop sign, you'll make a right down the hill, and that will take you to the rear of the mall. Past World's Gym here, and then to the right again. Up the hill and now along the back of the mall. That will take you past the Hawk Shop and Dugan's Pet Store. Dugan's Pet Store, by the way, is still open. up to the rear of the mall, through the stop sign. And then if you pull straight ahead, you'll see there are some new concrete walls back there, and there is our door with the sign mounted to the back with our phone number telling you to give us a call when you get here. And now here you are at Doug Laurie Sports back door for curbside pickup. And all you have to do when you get here, unfortunately our sign blew off of our back door here, but we'll have another one posted when you get here, is pull up and call our phone number, 705-503-2800. We'll come out to you. We'll bring your order with us. You can come in, you can use our credit card machine to pick your order up, and away you go. Just as simple as that. So another announcement, Friday, May 8th will be Doug Laurie Sports singles night for the first time. That's Friday at 7 o'clock, just to have a little camaraderie and get back together and maybe sell some cards or do some swapping or whatever, just talk about cards. We'll be live on our YouTube channel starting at 7 o'clock, May 8th, and we'll have 50 cards. Those cards will be available on our website, DougLaurieSports.com, for you to go in and look at under Video Showcase in the Shop Now section. Those cards right now are at our regular price in US prices, but what we will be doing is featuring each card live that night with a deeply discounted price on a very short auction format, with you having a chance to pick up some great deals and then pay for it at the end of the night and come by and pick it up, or we'll ship it out to you. Stay tuned for more information about how that process is going to work, but again, that's Friday, May 8th, 7 o'clock on our YouTube channel, Doug Laurie Sports' first ever singles night. One other announcement, we've had some kind of change in our pre-order system, and people have been calling and asking about pre-ordering products that are coming out supposedly in the next 2 or 3 months. Unfortunately, right now, most of the manufacturers in the US don't have any idea when they're going to start producing products again, what's going to be shipped, that sort of thing. So at this time, I am not taking pre-orders for things that are not out on the market. However, if there's something that's out now that you're interested in that doesn't show up on our website, under the table, under the hobby boxes that are in stock right now, or supplies, you can always contact us, and if our distributors have them available, we can order them in for you. It just has to be prepaid, but we can figure all that out if you just contact us either at wfraser@DougLaurieSports.com, or just give us a call at 705-503-2800, or you can even find us on Facebook Messenger through our page. Welcome back. I hope you had a refreshing 5 minutes there. So the way this is going to work is, doesn't look like a whole lot of exciting stuff, but this is a 10-box sealed case, you can see on the top, of President's Choice Solitaire. And this product, I'm just going to grab myself a pair of scissors here and go at it. I wanted you to be able to see that, although I'm not doing this as a group break or anything like that, because that's not something I really get involved in too much, I wanted you to see that this is a factory sealed fresh case. So what comes out of here, you'll know that this is hopefully a representative sample of what the product looks like if you were to break it by the case. I do know that there are still cases available through President's Choice, and if I'm not mistaken, they were running a sale on them. I'm not sure if that's still available or not, but you can check. So once I get these cracked open, then we are going to switch over to the close-up cam over to my right, and you won't see me open the boxes, but you will see me put the cards. There are 3 cards per box and a little plastic holder, and you will see me placing the cards as they come out of each box. In my experience, as you go through this, a lot of the boxes, you'll have one card that's kind of, okay, that's a regular jersey card or something like that, and then you'll have one, wow, that's a pretty cool card, and then one that you're like, whoa, that's really, whether it's just kind of offbeat or something you're not really used to seeing. I mean, I've seen cards in this of Secretariat, Bonnie Blair, sold a beautiful Arturo Gatti card a while back. So here's what the product looks like as it comes out of the packs. Nice little, and the boxes are individually numbered on the back. Number 33 out of 1,000. And they're not sequentially numbered in here either. They were all mixed up when they were packaged. There's number 399. Here's number 544. Come out of there. Number 233. And number 288. So, 5 boxes here. And we'll start with number, since I pulled 33 out first, we'll do number 33. So, Ron, if you want to switch over to the other camera. This one to start with. And the neat thing is you'll be able to hear me go, ooh, when I pull something big out, right? Can you be able to see? Okay, let me turn here a little bit real quick. Oops. And I bumped the thing there. Okay, so you can see here is the wrapper being removed. We'll pull it out. Oh, wow. Right on the top. Okay, hold on. Right on the top there, and I'll take the compact in 3 to a box like this. Move these out of the way there. There is a Ryan Vandenbush Auto Memorabilia Enforcers 1-of-1 card with a big piece of the crest from the Tomahawk, and it's autographed. So let me take the lid off of here. I got to remove that and pop the cards out. So, card number 1 is that Ryan Vandenbush 1-of-1 Auto Mem Enforcers. He actually knocked me out of a poker tournament at the Hockey Hall of Fame about, boy, how many years ago was that? It was a lot of years. 10 years ago or so. Second card is a game-used emblem 1-of-1. Wow. Okay, wait till you see the last card. A game-used 1-of-1 emblem of Henrik Zetterberg. And the last card, this is insane. Wow. Inducted 1-of-1 quad. Brett Hull, Carlton Fisk, Dan Marino, and David Robinson. And look at the pieces on that card. That is nuts. Brett Hull here. Carlton Fisk 3-color. Brett Hull 3-color from the Stars. This would be, I think, a White Sox jersey. Dan Marino 3-color piece, and a part of the spur from the San Antonio Spurs card. Wow, that's, jeez. If you have any interest in these cards, just drop me an email or say something in the live chat. Better to drop me an email at WFRAZER@DougLaurieSports.com, or find us on our Facebook page and just drop me a message there.
Right on the website, there's a contact.
Yeah, or there's a contact form on the website too. So, pick this up and box that one up, and we'll move on to the next one. And I see that the battery on the camera is flashing there.
No, just ignore that.
Okay, ignore. Ron says ignore the battery flashing on the camera. Okay, so get underneath here. Again, turn that over. Throw that off to the side. Wow, Henrik Sedin quad memorabilia right off the top. You clear that out of there. Pop that off. Okay, so we'll start with that one. That is a stick, jersey, skate piece, and emblem for Henrik Sedin. That's of course, it's a 1-of-1 because all the cards in this product are a 1-of-1. Next card is a 1-of-1 of the top 10 subset, and that is Eli Manning and Barry Bonds, 2 patch pieces. Really, really sharp, 2 big 2-color pieces. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the best fit is for the cards here, folks, so bear with me. Move that one over. And the third one is a personal favorite of mine. I like these nameplate cards. It's a nameplate card of Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, from the Cincinnati Bengals. Hell of a football player, and if you get a chance to look this guy up, there's a great interview with him with a guy named Brad Straubinger on YouTube. Just search for Brad Straubinger and Chad Johnson. Fantastic interview. So Sedin quad memorabilia, the Chad Johnson nameplate, and the Eli Manning Barry Bonds. Really nice solid box again. And you won't have to wait around too long, people, because like I said, this is a 10-box case, so it goes pretty quickly. Off the top, well, that's a good start. I'm not even going to show you that one yet. So, first card off the top, how about a Jacques Plante game-used glove piece, 1 of 1. Wow. So Jacques Plante there, 1 of 1. Then another nameplate, which is Plaxico Burress, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, wide receiver. And it, man alive, this is this is awfully good so far. Game-used emblem, Seattle Slew, with a piece of the, what would have been, the, I guess, the silks there. That's, wow, that's something else. All of these, Steve, are game used. There is absolutely no manufactured or event used stuff in this. All game used. I'm going to look at the back of that Seattle Slew real quick. Yep. It's from the silks. I actually do really well with horse racing stuff. I just sold a Seattle Slew and Secretariat dual not patch card, but jersey card about a week and a half ago for, I think, $150, something like that. It's really nice. So again, Plante, Plaxico Burress, and Seattle Slew. Pretty amazing. I didn't think anything was going to top Jacques Plante in that box, but me personally, I'm a little more excited about the Seattle Slew piece because I know they sell really quickly. Okay, box number 4 out of 10 and 4 out of 5 from the first shipper. This is number 544 out of 1,000 on the back. Crack that one open. Oh my gosh. Just keeps getting better. Holy cow. 1 of 1 game-used jersey with a seam and 2 colors. Terry Sawchuk. My gosh. Fantastic. And a 1 of 1 Keith Kachuk. Oh my gosh. Sorry. 1 of 1 Keith Kachuk game-used glove with a big piece of his name right in the cut. Kachuk. Like 4 or 5 letters of that. And the last one, here's a jumbo memorabilia. It's the entire Phoenix logo for Amari Stoudemire. Wow. Fantastic. So, Terry Sawchuk, game-used jersey, 1 of 1. Keith Kachuk, game-used glove, 1 of 1, with a piece of Kachuk's name in the glove. And the jumbo memorabilia, Amari Stoudemire, Phoenix. Fantastic. I just love this stuff. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I'm not very good at manufacturing excitement about products that I'm not particularly hip on, but I really like this stuff. It's just neat to see all kinds of different stuff. All right, one more here from the first half of this inner. Sorry, first half of this case from the first inner. Here, we'll rip it here. This is number 399. Pop that open. We'll see here as I open it up. Well, somebody's going to want that card, that's for sure, too. How about we start with a Martin Brodeur 3-color game used number. See that one okay there? Scooch that back a tad. Cool. Bert Blyleven, known as Bert B. Home Blyleven. If you were watching Chris Berman, nameplate. I think Blyleven finally went in the Hall of Fame. He had more than 300 wins. One of the best curveballs of his entire era. And it's funny that this is labeled as a jersey, but it's a huge patch. Manny Ramirez, 3-color part of the Indians logo from his Cleveland jersey. So again, Brodeur 3-color game used number, Bert Blyleven nameplate letter from the back of his jersey, and Manny Ramirez game used jersey, but what's really a patch with a 3-color patch piece from the Indians. Outstanding. I'll take a look, Dory. I'm looking at it right now. No, this is from the NHLPA when they did the 4-on-4 challenge. I think that happened during the lockout, if I'm not mistaken. And they had a 4-on-4 challenge that the PA sponsored. That's what this jersey is from. Well, I've never even seen that jersey before. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of it. Be cool if it was, you know, it'd be cool if it was the green jersey, Dory, but that would almost kind of break my heart, too, if it was the green jersey. One of those green jerseys got cut up. Those are amongst my favorites, right? So, I'm pretty happy with that first inner there. Pretty crazy. And we'll break the second one here. You can see, start banging it open here. Oop. Hmm? Oh, it's okay. We'll go to this one here. Can you pop that one back? There we go. So you can see we're breaking the second inner here. Number 766. I'm just going to dump these out here because really can't see anything. Uh-oh, 66. Now, if you were the kind of person who hand-packed your product, and these are all hand-packed, would there be a Lemieux card in this? Maybe. Number 978. Number 488. And number 433. And you know what? I'm going to make you people wait on number 66, just to be mean. Let me clear some stuff out of the way here so I don't knock anything over. So I got room to finish this up. All right, so we'll start with number 433. This one was on the, whoops, that's upside down, on the bottom of the box. And we'll work our way from the bottom to the top. So here is wrappers off that one. Take the lid off so you can see it there. Sammy Sosa game used emblem, 3 colors, 1 of 1 from the Chicago Cubs. Set this aside. And then I'll pop the lid off there. Take these out. So, Sammy Sosa. Whoops. There we go. Sammy Sosa 3-color game used emblem. Clyde Drexler. Oh. I should have opened this one last. Clyde Drexler, game used number. Nice 3-color piece there. And man, this is gorgeous. I'm just going to put it down and let you look at it. NHL logo, Sergei Fedorov. It's the entire NHL patch. Man alive. That's a beauty. I know a few people are going to be hot and heavy for that one. So, Sammy Sosa game used emblem. Clyde Drexler game used emblem from the Houston Rockets, I'm going to assume. Yep. And the Sergei Fedorov logo piece. Wow. That's pretty awesome. I know, Tim. Whoa is right, eh? And we still got 4 more boxes to go. All right, number 488. I don't know what you think, but I think this has been a pretty darn good case. I've seen several cases of this opened. I opened, we sold a couple through here at the store and stuff. And the depth on this case is really amazing. All right, number 488. Take the top off. Do I have that facing the right way? No, I do not. And it is Alonzo Mourning. Game used number 1 of 1. Get out of the way. Crack this open. So here is the first card. And it's a, whoops, move that up a bit. Alonzo Mourning, 3-color game used number piece. The second card is another nameplate from somebody I'm sure you hockey people know who he is. Roberto Luongo. Interestingly enough, I have a Roberto Luongo 14-15 Florida Panthers game used jersey in my office right now that unfortunately is the year between when I can't remember who did their jerseys before the certification, and then the year after that they went to Fanatics, and this jersey, although I'm 100% positive it was worn in Ottawa in a game in Ottawa, has no paperwork with it, and I'm still trying to match it. Beautiful card though. Third card, or beautiful jersey I mean. Third card, game used Alex Rodriguez patch from when he played for the Texas Rangers. So, Alonzo Mourning, Roberto Luongo, Alex Rodriguez. I like that box too because you get basketball, hockey, and baseball all together. Again, if you have any interest in these cards, just drop me a line. Probably by tomorrow I will have some pricing together on these. Like I said, it's tough because they're 1 of 1s right off the hop, right? So, 3 more boxes. Let's go to 978. We'll rip this one open. And because this was a we just added this break in the last, 48 hours, Ron, I think. The way we have the camera set up and everything. Oh, that's pretty nice. We've got the camera set up and everything. I'll get used to it. All right, so here is the first card from box number 8. That would be a Maurice Richard game used jersey. 2 colors. Wow, this is a good box. I'm going to skip the middle card here. The second card is a nameplate Alex Rodriguez from the Rangers. Third card, man, oh man. I know probably about 5 people who are going to be all over this as soon as it comes out, as soon as I post it somewhere. It's the quad memorabilia, Matt Sundin, Daniel Alfredsson, Nick Lidstrom, and Pelle Lindbergh. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Like I'm trying to think. I've got at least half a dozen people in my head that I can think of that would be interested in that card. So again, look at that box. Maurice Richard 1 of 1 game used jersey, 2-color piece. The old wool jersey too. It's cool just to be able to touch that. Alex Rodriguez nameplates jersey. And the solitaire quad memorabilia, Lindbergh, Sundin, Alfredsson, and Lidstrom. Those are all, Lidstrom is Finnish? Swedish? Pelle Lindbergh? Swedish, I think. That's horrible. I should know that. Man alive. Okay. 2 more boxes to go. Let me put those away. I don't know. Do you think that was the best box of the night? I think that was the best box so far. Although it's hard not to pick that one with the quad in it before. Okay, box number 766. Open up. 766. I'll rip that out of there. Box 9 of 10. Oh, Eric, it's a Chicago Blackhawks goaltender, but it's not your boy. It is cool though. It is Tony Esposito, game used glove 1 of 1. Here is a Damon Stoudemire. Boy, that's a cool letter too. That would have been, nameplate would be from, I think, yeah, the Portland Trail Blazers. And then, wow, that's a nice piece too. Game used emblem, Ray Allen, and that would be from the Seattle Supersonics, I would think, right? Yes. A little more basketball that time around. So Tony Esposito, Damon Stoudemire, and Ray Allen. And we have one more box left before we wrap things up for the night. All right. Oh, finally, box 66. We'll let you see what's in this last one here. I need to remember to let my fingernails grow out the next time we do this. All right. Last box. Wow. Well, I said I liked horse racing stuff. Not going to get much better than that. So, Willie Shoemaker, game used silks, game worn silks. That's, wow, that's really, really cool. I don't think I've ever seen another. I'm sure that at some point in Sport Kings or another one of those products, there was a Willie Shoemaker memorabilia piece, but I couldn't tell you what it is. No idea. Second card is a Steve McNair 1 of 1 nameplate card. That would have been from the Tennessee Titans. I wasn't sure whether McNair played for anybody else. And another jumbo card, and this patch is incredible. It's Alonzo Mourning from the Miami Heat. Look at the patch. It's the entire Heat logo going through the hoop, through the circle. Man, that is nuts. Sarah's excited about she's as excited about the horse racing stuff as I am. So, final box, no Mario Lemieux, but Willie Shoemaker, Steve McNair, Alonzo Mourning. Wow. So share your thoughts here or in the Facebook channel or wherever. Send us an email or make a comment on the post. I'm going to post some of these cards up tomorrow morning on our Facebook page. But holy cats, I'm really, really happy with that case. I hope you all enjoyed watching us break it. We'll pop back over here to the other camera. Ron will let me know. Am I back up now here? Okay. So I want to say a couple of things. First off, I just want to tell you how much I enjoyed sitting here for the last 3 hours. I really did. You know, I had no expectations, like I said before, about how things were going to go. We're going to make any money tonight or anything like that. I just really, really was looking forward to chatting with some of you and, you know, watching you get excited about me breaking this stuff. So that was really neat. The second thing is thanks to everybody who purchased a card tonight. If you'd have told me that we were going to run 51 cards and sell probably 45 of them, I think we did. It's just fantastic. And from the bottom of my heart, sorry. I'm just a little emotional because it's not been an easy time for anybody, okay? This really helps. You know, I'm paying the rent on the store. I'm not paying myself right now. We're just doing curbside pickup. I'm keeping up my bills with my distributors and things. And you guys tonight, this goes a long way to keeping the store open. I mean, I don't want to get into details other than that, but just your support tonight was really, really great. And I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. We have one more order of business to take care of. I am going to do a quick random here, and we're going to give away the Aaron Ekblad card. So I have my list in front of me, and the winner is Scott Kistler, who lives locally here. Scott is the winner of the Aaron Ekblad autograph. So Scott, thank you very much for your participation too. I know he was in and out of the room tonight. Again, guys, thank you so much. Yes, we definitely will do this again. Please drop me a line or let me know if you come by the store or in the live chat, you know, here afterwards. Best to just drop me something through contact or Facebook. What kind of schedule you would like this to be on? Like if you'd like to do it once a month or something like that, once every 2 weeks. We can cut it down too so that the depth of the number of cards is not so many. We won't always have a case break to drag it out for another half an hour or 45 minutes either. I would like to keep it at about 2 hours. So if we can do that, that would be great. Again, thanks again so much for your support, for sticking it out until the end of the night. And for Ron Shaw here, who did a fantastic job tonight, was more patient than he needed to be with me. And to all of you out there in YouTube land, Wayne Fraser from Doug Laurie Sports saying again, thank you so much for everything, and we'll talk to you soon.